Happy Monday. I see Ken's back in the seat.
Back in the anchor booth.
Ken was back. Now we got no Bell. We got King Louie this week.
Yeah, I got Brother Louie.
That's right. What's happening? Louie's here.
How y'all feeling?
Ready to roll?
It's a little too chilly for me, Brother Louie. I think we need to. I can't wait for summer.
You can't wait for summer. Summer is here, Ken, and that brings us to this because you weren't here last week.
Now it's time for the Swamp Ass News Report with the weather wizard, Ken Weaver.
Oh, little swamp ass.
We're about midway on the swamp ass meter, boys. Feels like temperature is 100 degrees.
Okay, so 100 degrees. We're about, what, a 2.5, 3?
About a 2.5. I think 2.5, 3, because didn't we say we're off the charts after 105?
Yeah, after 105, there is no reading for that. It's just gross. Best thing to describe is just gross.
Yeah. So now it may go down a little bit because I see that there's some cloud cover building, and the actual temperature right now is 91 over at BNA.
Okay.
But the 56% humidity is what is making it feel like 100.
Yeah. That is nasty.
Yeah.
It's going to be nasty out there this whole week, right? Am I getting that right? We're going to be gross the whole week?
Oh, yeah. Wednesday is going to be the day. It looks like Wednesday, the actual temperature on Wednesday, where was it? 98. The actual temperature.
98.
Yes.
Is where we're going on Wednesday.
That'll be the day I will be shoving a frozen bag of peas down my pants to drive to work without any air conditioning.
Oh, my Lord. It's going to be ugly out there. But that's all we're saying. We want to keep you guys abreast of the situation because you're going to be outside. You want to make sure you drink enough water.
Yeah.
That's vitally important.
Not alcohol.
Yes.
Alcohol, it makes it worse.
Yes. Don't do the alcohol. Just be smart. I mean, it's the best thing that we could tell you guys to do because it's going to be gross. I tell you, I played pickleball this weekend. I played indoors because it's gross and I don't want to be out in a gross area. That's not what I'm interested in. I want to be somewhere nice. I want to be somewhere cool. And you know what's interesting is I play with some people, just out there, just random.
Yeah.
And they were talking about two things. They're talking about that couple at the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big topic of conversation. And
Dude.
Epstein, again, not because of the political side of it, just because of the salaciousness.
Mm-hmm.
People that I know have, outside of Trump walking in, most any other politician would walk in, they'd have no idea who they were. But because of the salaciousness of it, that's what it was. But, man, that couple. Do you see how many views it's gotten?
I have not.
Like 130 million views.
Man.
And he's done. She's done.
Yeah. She's the HR director.
She's the HR director. She was the, she wasn't, they called her like, she's like the champion of people. Whatever it was, she's not that anymore.
The champion of
whatever
people.
Stupid thing they come up with. Right? Like, that's because they all change it to make you feel better.
Right.
Like when they're doing a Belmont. It's like, it's not DEI. It's kindness to fluffy kitties. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge is the way they go. We know what you're doing. Right? It's the same thing. You've just put a different spin on it. And that's what her title was. Something ridiculous like that. Because that's what you do is ridiculousness.
Bad thing about this is, man, it's the families that are involved. I feel sorry for those kids.
Yeah, you're dragged. And a week ago, nobody knew who any of these people were.
Nobody.
I mean, maybe the financial world because,
Sure.
they had, he has done really well as their CEO. He's raised a ton of money for them. Were doing quite well. But outside of that, outside of the business channel, nobody know who these people were. Now, your husband and your wife, both sides, their lives have been spun upside down.
Yeah.
His wife had to get rid of all of her social media.
Yeah.
She couldn't even leave the house. The kids now are like, I don't really want to start school.
No, man. See, that's the heartbreaking part.
That is the
of
heartbreaking
this.
part.
I mean, there is the, just the, you got caught cheating.
You got caught cheating. I mean, there's no doubt you got caught cheating. That's the reality.
And it was the reaction to, they knew it.
Yeah.
It's like, they couldn't even play it off.
No.
I mean, dude just disappeared.
He did. She just ducked down. I mean, there was nothing they could do. They were caught. And if they would have I was sitting there going, man, if they would have just
Just kind of played it
off and kissed and not made such a big deal about it, could they have gotten away with some of it? But this goes to show you, people, it only takes something that minor to jump from the obscure to the political world, to the pop culture world, where now it's got a mind of its own and it's not going anywhere.
Right.
They're on the front page of every newspaper. They're on, my God, they're on leading today, Good Morning America.
Yes.
Every sports team this week had a bizarre, kiss cam hilarity. Did you see that?
Yes.
Guy he holds up a sign. I brought my wife.
Well, then I don't know the lead singer of Coldplay. I can't not remember his name. Chris
Martin.
Yeah, Chris Martin. Apparently, at the concert after this particular show, he put out a warning. He said, "We're getting ready to fire up the kiss cam. Just want to let everybody know."
Yeah, I mean, it's just. But there's one of those things where we're sitting there, and it's everywhere. Playing pickleball, people are talking about it.
Oh yeah,
I'm playing pickleball. People are talking about
it's one of those water cooler stories.
Stories. And that's kind of what happened with the whole Epstein thing. It became like a water cooler thing for people who don't follow politics. They're not interested in the politics.
No.
They're interested in the salaciousness of it. Kind of like that lady that 17-year-old that allegedly killed that person on a waterboard in Maine. There's something about something that grabs a story, becomes headline news, and it runs from there. And it rarely does it have anything to do with politics. It has to do with the pop culture aspect of it. And these people got caught out. And there's what's your next gig? You remember me? Because you're good at doing your thing,
yep,
which was raising money and running this company. You're not good at having an affair. Why would, first of all, shame that you went to a Coldplay concert.
Yeah.
Should have ducked for that. Secondly, what are you going to do? Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, you were the HR lady. What are you going to do now?
See.
And her husband apparently is the CEO of a rum company.
Right.
Yeah, so it's all going sideways for her.
Ooh. Just like that, man.
And just like that. And you don't know what their life is, right?
Right.
She could have said, look, I don't care that you have an affair. Just stay together for the kids.
Right.
Just don't bring it home. Well, you brought it home.
Yeah, it's been brought home all right.
Yeah, and for her, the rumor, everybody said she was divorced, and she wasn't. She was married. They had a Brady Bunch family. And now that's kind of been ruined. I would say so. Ooh, man, you better watch out. You better. How was your trip, man?
It was good. It was good. No, didn't run into any tornadoes or anything like that, which was quite different from the last trip in April I took home. We didn't run into tornadoes, but just storms. I mean, just constant thunderstorms with torrential rain. It went from Tulsa all the way to Memphis before there was any break, that trip.
Wow.
But this one, it was cool, man. It was just partly cloudy skies. Didn't run into any rain. Now, it was hot. I mean, it's just as hot in Oklahoma as it is here.
Yeah.
But visited with the family, and we'll do it again in November.
We had 3 or 4 days last week that were gorgeous. I mean, they were a little warm a couple days, but they weren't bad. And I was trying to tell, my wife and I were talking about this the other day. When you're in Arizona and it's 120, you don't have any days, once it gets to that level, like in June all the way through August and September, where you don't have a day where it's 100, where it's not 120, 115, 118.
Right.
Every day.
That is just how it is.
Where here, you will have 3 days, swamp ass, level 3, 4, maybe a 5.
Yeah.
And then you'll have some days where it's totally a beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a couple days last week that were gorgeous.
All
just
right.
ridiculously gorgeous. I loved it. We need more of that.
That's the way to go, Brother Chad.
That is the way to go. So much stuff to get. We don't have Bell this week. He quit for the week. We got Louie. So weird. The band can't be back together. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk a bit about immigration. Obviously, this is a perfect example of why the failure of the Democrats and this ridiculousness of how is this guy who shot an off-duty Border Patrol agent, how is he out?
Yeah.
Take away that he's here illegally, right, in the politics. How is a human being who's done the things he's accused of out at all, a citizen or not, is beyond me. But welcome to the new world of, hey, you know what? You just get to go free whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about the news. What did you think of the news thing when you heard the story?
I think it's, honestly, I get it. It's a horrible symbol, but I just think it's somebody did something stupid.
Yeah.
I don't see it as being a big white supremacist conspiracy.
Yeah, it's hard.
There's just stupid people that do
There's
stupid things,
people,
man.
There's so many. Well, have you met America? If you guys have ever met America, you'd be like, yeah, you're right. You guys are some stupid people out there. But it is last week I was like, because then everybody's going to go to the Bubba Watson thing and what happened there and ended up being not what everybody thinks. And we overreact in some situations and maybe we don't have the right reaction in others. I just think, like you said, I think it's a stupid thing. And to shut down, we're not going to do anything. Well, where's all the cameras? You guys don't have cameras out there?
There's got to be there's cameras everywhere,
My
man.
God, I know there's cameras everywhere because 2 people caught making out at a Coldplay concert.
Well, they were canoodling.
They were canoodling. Their best bet would be to have kissed. Yeah. Right? Bury their face.
And then, nobody would recognize
Nobody
them.
would recognize them. That would have been their best bet. But then he went, oh, they're either embarrassed, they're either shy, or they're having an affair.
I mean, that dude just ducks and runs, man.
Oh, my Lord.
He is out.
He is, yeah. Well, he's out.
Yeah, out.
Career. It's over. It's over. Now you got to go be a consultant somewhere and hope that nobody recognizes you. And everywhere you go now, you can be like, are you the dude? Yes. Yes, I'm him.
Well, Brother Chad, maybe Love Island will have a second season.
I still, to this day, I didn't even know you could win Love Island. I had no idea. Somebody won that thing last week.
Yeah, they won it.
How do you win Love Island?
I don't know. I don't know how they did that. I think you had like a couple. You had 2 couples at the end, and I guess. Well, judges.
Well, like what? Like you guys were the best that cheated on each other? I don't even know what it's about. Like you guys are amazing. I think it's pretty. I just thought it was like you put them out there. They're all good-looking people, right? There's never a guy that's 3 bills, right?
Yeah.
Or a girl that's got cankles. It's none of that stuff.
No.
It's always like beautiful people. And you think, okay, well, then everybody just goes around and they make out with each other and they think they're coupling up and then they bring the surprises. We're bringing in your girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then they're like, somebody won. I'm like, how do you win? How do you win that thing?
How does this thing get
How do you get
millions?
points?
Yeah. And how does it get hundreds of millions of viewers?
I have no idea. If anybody's watched Love Island, please explain to me how you get points.
Yeah.
We are curious about that. Okay, the viewers, everybody likes a little trash.
Everybody likes that, yeah, but you're right, the points.
How do you get points? It's like, that's what I want to know. I want to know what happens where somebody goes, oh, Timmy's going to get 12 points for that.
He gets the full 20 points for that?
Yeah, like what's that mean? What's that mean in this world we live in? We'd like to know. A lot of stuff still to get to today. Hunter Biden losing his mind in an interview. I'm going to give you guys just a snippet of this.
I can't wait.
Just a snippet right here. Let's just say I had to spend 30 minutes bleeping.
I bet.
Okay, here's a snippet of Hunter Biden. I could barely get through this, and I'm thinking there's no way that this is him.
But him.
That is just a snippet of him losing his mind in an interview about Trump, about Obama, about Clooney. It's pretty spectacular. We got some of that, a bunch of other good stuff. Reach out to us across all of our social media. Hope all is well with you on this beautiful Monday. It is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Raycon, best earbuds around. Now, Raycon has classic earbuds. Their first ever earbuds were amazing. They didn't have active noise cancellation. Now they do, and they're ready to roll. The everyday earbuds, the classics are out, and they're ready to rock and roll with active noise cancellation. Right now, 20% off. 8 hours of talk time, 32 hours of battery life, fast charging, all of the things that are there in the everyday earbuds. The classics have them now, and they are my absolute favorites. They're incredible. You will love these. Right now, get yours. 30-day happiness guarantee and save 20% on the best earbuds around. There is nothing close to these. About half the price of other premium earbuds. You will love the audio, the sound quality, the fit, the feel. The Everyday Earbud Classics from Raycon. Go to buyraycon.com/Chad. Buyraycon.com/Chad.
A father from Canada has pleaded not guilty after being charged in the murder of his 9-year-old daughter. We've got this story and more at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
All right, Ken, this is how you win Love Island.
All right, let's hear.
You find a genuine connection. You stayed coupled, okay, real or strategic. You be likable to the public. Man, this is so us right here. Navigate recouplings smartly. So don't get mugged off. That's betrayed. And know when to stay loyal and when to recouple. Survive Casa Amor. Avoid getting dumped. So don't suck.
Yeah.
Then you make it to the final, and then really it's up to the crowds to pick you. So there you go.
Oh, so it's up to the viewers.
It's up to the viewers. Right?
Okay.
I would love it if you were walking around all day with a scoreboard to see who's in the lead. Wouldn't that be awesome?
They're the better lovers.
They're the best. They're the best.
They're the best lovers.
Speaking of Trump and lovers, the Commanders.
Now that it's been changed, a lot of people have frankly gotten used to it. The Commanders just came off of their best season in decades, reaching the NFC Championship game. The ownership group says that they're not intending to change this. And there really isn't an active issue that the president is talking about here. The deal to transfer ownership rights to the stadium site, the proposed stadium site, the old RFK Stadium, is already in place with or without the president's involvement. Of course, he can make things complicated if he wants to, but he seems to be raising this kind of out of nowhere.
The fact that he wants them to change their names back to from the Guardians to the Indians and from the Commanders to the Redskins is this is such a Trump thing to do.
What'd he say?
So he's basically saying, "Hey, you guys went from the Cleveland Indians to the Guardians. Change your name back." And by the way, you guys over here, you want this the stadium deal so bad in D.C.? yeah, you better go back to the Redskins or else. And they're like, we've already got the deal.
Oh, my God.
We already got you can't, the deal's already in place.
Oh.
You should go back. People want that name. And I'm like, who cares?
It's either the Redskins or the Direwolves.
You know what? Their best name was when they were just called the football club.
Yeah, that's right. They were called the football club.
Remember that for a couple of
Yeah.
years? Everybody loved that, the Washington football team or whatever they're called. It was mysterious and kind of cool. But he's like, or else what? Oh my Lord, the deal's done. Do you think that what are you going to come in and go, no, you guys can't build a stadium here? That is such a Trump thing to do.
Oh, man.
Goodness me. It's fantastic. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be great. The Redskins are here. If they win the Super Bowl, he's calling them the Redskins when they come in.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of the name that they are. It's the Redskins. They would have won sooner if they'd have been the Redskins, though. They chose no. No.
They'll not be allowed to play in the Super Bowl otherwise.
And the Guardians is kind of a stupid name.
Yeah,
really is.
I don't get that.
So if you go to Cleveland, God willing, you don't. If you go to Cleveland, and I've been to Cleveland on a few occasions, on the bridges, there is guardians of traffic. And that's why they're called the Guardians. Like of travelers. But really, it's of traffic. It's so ridiculous. It is. So the Braves haven't changed their name. I don't think they will. I don't think the Braves will. And we know the Seminoles in Florida will never change their name because the Seminole Nation that is associated with the college doesn't want them to. What about the Sooners?
Yeah, the Sooners.
They're going to change their name?
If they have another season like they did last year, they better.
Oh, my God, that was not a good year. Are you excited, man? What are we like?
I absolutely
6
am
weeks.
excited.
I saw today, I think we're 46 days away from the start of the NFL season.
Football.
And they don't think they start this week. Camp's open this week, I think.
I believe so.
And I saw that Levis is out.
Yeah, Levis is going to have Matt Murphy surgery.
Yeah, is that what that is?
Well, I don't know if it's the same thing Brother Murphy had.
He's like, I
but-
can't hold this water this long.
He's going to be out for the season, man. But
he was already out for the season.
yeah. Cameron Ward is that's Cameron Ward's starting job to lose.
And you know what? I've heard nothing but good things about him, and I hope he's quick. And he better be sturdy because that thing leaks like a sieve.
Yeah, that
line.
I think they got a couple of guys that could help, but that was the problem last year, man. I mean, the second the ball was snapped, somebody was on the wheel. Yeah. I mean, he was running for his life. And then, there were times where if he did have time, he just wasn't making good decisions.
No, he wasn't making good decisions. But you know what? If you have no time to throw the football, I don't care how good you are.
Yeah.
It's not going to go well for you.
Right, yeah, you've got 350-pound dudes coming at you.
They can run as fast as a bear.
As you?
Yeah. At you.
Yeah.
You're 240, and they outweigh you by 110 pounds, and they're as fast as you.
Yeah.
And they're angry. Think about that for a second. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot this. The Chiefs and the Blackhawks are also two teams with names that would be considered objectable in today's world. For me, I have no problem with it. I have a T-shirt that says the Caucasians on it. It's like made the Indians, just a bunch of white guys. It's hilarious. The Caucasians. We're a really good team. Fantastic. Coming up, we're going to get to Hunter Biden's insanity, a little bit about Colbert as well. And later on at the end of this hour, we're going to start something new here every day. It's called the Urban Word of the Day. This is where we teach you what the young kids are saying out there that you may not know.
So we can be cool, too.
So we can be cool because your kids may say something, your grandkids are like, I have no idea what you just said. We're going to teach you, okay? We're going to put it in a sentence so you will understand it. That's what we do here. All right. This is
I'm going to be cool, man.
We're going to be very cool. All right? We're going to be on point. It's the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
$12:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. 80 million Americans, including us in Middle Tennessee, under a heat advisory or an excessive heat warning. And that's probably going to be the case every day this week. I've got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now, I've got some traffic to tell you about in Lebanon. Got an overturned tractor trailer that is blocking Eastgate Boulevard just west of Martha Leeville Road there in Lebanon. A father from Canada has pleaded not guilty after being charged in the murder of his 9-year-old daughter. Here's Sherry Preston.
New York State Police say Luciano Fratolin and his young daughter Melina were vacationing in upstate New York from their home in Montreal when Fratolin called Saturday night saying the 9-year-old had been abducted by someone in a white van. Captain Robert McConnell says when investigators began finding inconsistencies in that story, they began searching around Ticonderoga, New York.
Members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond.
Fratolin was supposed to have returned his daughter to her mother's custody on Sunday. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Alaska Airlines says a computer problem that grounded planes last night was not a cyber attack. Today, Alaska Airlines working to get planes and crews where they need to be so everything's back on schedule. It canceled around 150 flights last night. Alaska Airlines saying it was not a cyber attack, but instead involved a piece of hardware at its data center that had a failure and took down its system. Says it had nothing to do with a recent cybersecurity incident at Hawaiian Airlines, which Alaska Airlines recently acquired. President Trump threatening on social media that he will delay plans for a new stadium in Washington that would be the home for the Washington Commanders unless the team changes its name back to the Washington Redskins. The old name was retired after Native American groups said it was offensive and racist, and the team has had the Commanders' name since 2022, says Rick Klein.
Now that it's been changed, a lot of people have frankly gotten used to it. The Commanders just came off of their best season in decades, reaching the NFC Championship game. The ownership group says that they're not intending to change this. And there really isn't an active issue that the president is talking about here. The deal to transfer ownership rights to the stadium site, the proposed stadium site, the old RFK Stadium, is already in place with or without the president's involvement. Of course, he can make things complicated if he wants to, but he seems to be raising this kind of out of nowhere.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys. Beacon Capital Management. Let me tell you about Beacon. Beacon is ready for you in so many ways. First and foremost, I want to be your full-service investment advisor. And that includes not just the dollars and cents of hoping and praying that you don't outlive your money, but actually being in a position to know that not only are you doing well, but you're covered when it comes to things like, taxes, health insurance, estate planning, things like that. Those things are important. And most people forget about that when they retire. Nope, they don't go anywhere. They're still there. So call Beacon, get a retirement-ready toolkit today. It's no cost, no obligation, no pressure. You can get a Money Enough for Life book, a retirement planning checklist, a maximizing retirement income white paper. No cost, no obligation, and no pressure whatsoever for them. They're local. They'd love to sit down with you and show you what they can do. So whether you got fear of taxes, running out of your money, no matter what they are, let Beacon take the guesswork out of all of it. Call them today, 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303, or online at askbeaconnow.com. So, I don't know why. Why? It's crazy. I don't know why Hunter Biden was being interviewed, but I got some cuts, and they are crazy. That's the best way to describe it. Let's start with him on, let's go with immigration. We'll start there. I want to make sure I got all the beeps in here because I will tell you this. There is, he's got a potty mouth. That's the best way to describe it.
For someone, am I going to be like all these Democrats say, you have to talk about and realize that people are really upset about illegal immigration. You. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned? How do you think you got food on your table? Who do you think washes your dishes? Who do you think does your garden? Who do you think is here by the sheer just grit and will that they figured out a way to get here because they thought that they could give themselves and their family a better chance? And he's somehow convinced all of us that these people are the criminals?
Put the pipe down, Hunter.
No, or get it, because I think when he's on it, a little bit less jumpy. Right? Like when he's got some, he's like, oh, he's kind of calm right now.
Yeah, he is kind of calm there, yeah.
Let's go and move to this one. Again, he is very upset. I hope I got all the beeps. King Louis in there ready to hit the dump button just in case.
And he's somehow convinced all of us that these people are the white men in America are 45 more times likely to commit a violent crime than an immigrant. And the media says, well, you got David Axelrod and, Rahm Emanuel was so smart, Rahm Emanuel. He said, we got to understand that these people are really mad, and we got to appeal to these white voters. Rahm, the only people that appealed to those white voters was Joe Biden, 81 years old, and he got 81 million votes, and he did not because he appeased their Trumpian sense, but because he challenged it.
Whew. Potty mouth.
Man,
he's not done though. He's about ready. Wait till we get to the George Clooney one. Oh,
he got a little something to say about
he's
George Clooney.
Here we go.
And he said, you can be an 81-year-old Catholic from Scranton that doesn't understand it, but still has empathy for transgender people and immigrants.
What?
Then nobody said, oh, Joe Biden's going to turn us into a socialist state, no matter how much they said it. But these guys think that we need to run away from all values in order for us to lead. I say, you. How are we getting those people back from El Salvador? Because I'll tell you what, if I became president in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, or 3 years from now, I would pick up the phone and call the president of El Salvador and say, you either send them back or I'm going to invade. It's a crime what they're doing. He's a dictator thug.
Bukele or Trump?
Both.
Oh.
Keep it classy, Hunter.
Keeping it classy. And he's going to invade El Salvador if he had his way to go back and get the people. Look, are all of them we've more than questioned a few of the people that have been sent there, and maybe we overdid a little bit.
Yeah.
But a vast majority of them, were bad hombres, and we're moving on with ourselves. If you're going to invade a nation to break out everybody, find out who was sent there, how are you going to do this, Hunter?
Yeah.
Now, this is when he gets into everybody who turned on him, including Clooney.
But him, and everybody around him. I don't have to be nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. George Clooney is not a actor. He is a I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well. You know what I mean? Buys them things. And he's got a really great place in Lake Como. And he's great friends with Barack Obama. You, what do you have to do with anything? Why do I have to listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his life to the service of this country?
Well, I'll tell you why, because he put his name on a whole bunch of people giving money to your dad when he realized my name's on this, and I realized you're not capable of handling this job. That's why. When you put your name on something and it goes sideways, that's your name. And Clooney realized, I can't do this. I'm lying to the American people. And he was at least honest enough to admit it.
Yeah.
When others weren't.
And decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the New York Times to me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 years. And David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of David Axelrod. And David Plouffe and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40-50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times.
Oh.
How to pass more legislation than any president in history. How to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his. Who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper.
Now he goes off on poor Jake Tapper, right? And poor Jake's got enough problems, right? Nobody watches his show. His book sucks. His book should have been, I knew what was going on, but I didn't want to say it. Brought to you by me. Then he goes off on poor Jake, like, who's watching Jake?
Jake Tapper.
My mom or something? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
For real, though. I don't even think it's your mom anymore.
No.
By the numbers, what influence does Jake Tapper have over anything? He has the smallest audience on cable news. And beyond that, I think that the book is right now on Amazon that he put out. I mean, his ratings just went to shit after he put the book out. You know, they did a 2-week infomercial for it. I mean, it was such a money grab, such a disservice to everybody that he serves with.
Woo. He also said that night of the, stop me if you guys have heard this one, Roseanne, that night of the debate, somebody gave him Ambien.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They did that to Roseanne, too, and then she said something that was racist and got kicked off television. Oh, my Lord, is he upset? Oh, and by the way, I was doing great in the White House. We had all kinds of stuff going on. I could do anything I wanted. I had cocaine. I can't even get my cocaine back. That's what I feel like he should have said. Yeah, look, this is a perfect example of more than I think Joe. She, the doctor, Jill, and Hunter didn't want to let it go. That was it for months. We talked a little bit about it on the show, but for months, I had heard that they were the ones who fought the hardest because they didn't want to give up the stuff. They enjoyed the stuff, the lifestyle, all of the things. And now they got, well, whatever it is that they got. I don't think they're hurting. I don't think they're worried about anything. I don't think they're worried about going to jail and whether or not they're going to get rid of the are they going to go look at the pens? Are they going to see what's going on with the pens? Maybe, but I doubt they're going to do any of that stuff. But when you listen to him, he's just like, he is so pissed and angry because it's not about dad being mean to dad. It's about the fact that, well, their stuff's gone. They like the stuff. They love being able to cruise through all of the traffic without having to wait. They love the fact that they had people surrounding them all day to do anything they asked, that they had people guarding them all day. They don't have that now. What they have now is nothing, and they're not getting it back. That's the other part of it. None of that is coming back anytime soon because Hunter's not doing anything. The guy that should have been president was his brother. If you listen to anybody talk, Hunter's not going to be president. And Jill, well, and Joe's done. So there you go, kids. There you go. Although maybe in his mind, in a lucid moment, he thinks, I could run again. I could run again. Over the weekend, dude shot in New York. Happened to be a border agent. He was off duty. He was in plain clothes with a girl. They were hanging out and shot. The reality of what took place, though, is how bad these cities are across the board with just allowing people to wander out of jail no matter how bad they seem to be. And this guy, man, he had all kinds of things he was wanted for, all kinds of things he'd been accused of. And you're thinking to yourself, what else is there? Oh, he also had orders to be removed on more than a few occasions, and nothing was done.
Miguel Francisco Moro Nunez is and has a rap sheet that is a mile long. He was arrested. He was charged with grand larceny and also assault. The state of Massachusetts has an active warrant out for him for armed robbery with a firearm. He also has many other charges against him, such as kidnapping and witness intimidation. There's absolutely zero reason that someone who is scum of the earth like this should be running loose on the streets of New York City. He was arrested 4 different times in New York City, and because of the mayor's policies and sanctuary city policies, was released back to do harm to people and to individuals living in this city. Make no mistake, this officer is in the hospital today fighting for his life because of the policies of the mayor of this city.
Well, I don't know if it's so much the mayor of the city, because Adams has said over and over again, that wasn't my gig. You've got these people battling all the time, trying to see who can maneuver each other and being the most sanctuary of sanctuaries when it comes to cities. This is the issue that is such a struggle and the Democrats don't get. Look, do I understand why you aren't thrilled by the fact that, you know what, the little lady down the street thrown out, she's been here for a long time. You know what? Okay, we can have that conversation, and we're having that because Trump is having that now, trying to figure out how not to give amnesty, but find a pathway for people to stay kind of thing. But when you go and you allow people to essentially run free with zero repercussions, no fear of ever doing any time, and turn them loose all the time, this is what you get. And when we've got 2 agencies that are supposed to be about America, right? One of them is our federal agency, Border Patrol, ICE, all that stuff. The other one are supposed to be police officers, DAs of cities, sanctuary cities, who for whatever reason decide that one of our agencies is so evil that we'll have nothing to do with them. So turning people over who are wanted for all kinds of things. And by the way, take away the what he's wanted for scenario. He's got orders to be removed. So he's went through the system. He's done the things that everybody keeps saying, all they want is due process. And you give them the due process, and that still isn't enough. This is why you continue to lose. This is why, Democrats, you fail over and over and over again. Common sense evades you, and this is one of those things where it's bitch in the ass. There's no doubt about that. Coming up, you may not be hip to the lingo of the kids. I've got kids. I kind of get hip to the lingo because I ask them, but because I'm online all day and I find out all the lingo, we're going to get you lingoed up, if you will. It's called the Urban Word of the Day. We're going to give you what the cool kids are talking about. What are the youngsters talking about? Grandma, grandpa, dad, mom, maybe you don't know. You've heard a word, but you don't want to say something. And your kids will look at you like, hey. We're going to make sure that you look right back at them and laugh because you know exactly what they're talking about. We'll do that straight ahead. It is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Birch Gold. Why gold? Because gold is a smart play, especially in today's world. Uncertainty across the board in a lot of different places. You've got some unrest globally. You've got people trying to get away from the dollar, big nations, the BRICS nations. You've got the dollar slowing down a little bit and maybe some inflation and stuff on the way. So gold is a smart play. It's up 40% in the last 12 months. So I want you to contact my friends at Birch Gold. So you text the word Benson to 989898 today. They're going to get you out a free info kit on gold. It's not going to cost you anything. They send it straight out to you. Their thing is arm you with information to let you make the right decision about gold. Maybe you want to hold the physical gold. You're like, you know what? I'd like to have some of that myself, the gold. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, hey, I've got an IRA, 401k. Maybe I can get it backed by gold. They can do that for you as well. The best thing you can do, though, is get the information. It's absolutely free from my friends at Birch, A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Text the word Benson to 989898 today to get that free info kit from Birch Gold. That's the word Benson. You text it to 989898 for Birch Gold. All right, guys, let's talk about losing that weight. Those inches, those pesky inches, they drive you crazy. Trust me, I've been there. But you want to feel better. Ladies, you want to feel better. I'm telling you guys, Contours is the place to go. How about guaranteed to lose 2 inches in your first treatment, or you pay nothing? It's just $99, and you're going to lose it, and you're going to feel amazing. Next thing you know, your shirts are going to feel better. Your shorts are going to fit better. My shorts are falling off thanks to Contours. It's non-invasive, smooth and easy, and it's very, very relaxing. If you're sick and tired of fighting that good fight, those pesky inches, no matter how many sit-ups, no matter what you eat, it doesn't matter. Contours has the answer for you. Ladies, men, get it done. Get with Contours today. $99 right now. Intro. You go there. You'll lose 2 inches guaranteed, or you don't pay a thing, and you're going to love the way you look. Oh, yeah. Call Contours today. 615-236-9960. 615-236-9960. Or visit contoursllc.com to schedule.
We're hearing the audio today for the first time of police and firefighters in Phoenix lifting a car off a trapped motorcyclist with their bare hands. And actor Malcolm Jamal Warner has died after drowning at the age of 54. We'll tell you about these stories and more at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Wait a minute. That's
Theo.
really?
Yes.
Whoa.
He was on vacation.
Holy guacamole. Man, got to learn to swim, people.
Yeah, I don't know the
Don't know the particulars.
I don't
Could've
know the
been bad.
particulars,
man,
but
that's a shocking thing.
Yeah, man. I love Theo. Well, I love Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
I mean, he just seems like a really great guy.
I mean, we all love the Cosby's up until everybody started figuring out, when I can't watch it.
Yeah, what happened to Bill?
Yeah, but
or what Bill did.
What Bill did to everybody else.
Yeah.
But understand that, man, that show in our lifetime, there was nothing bigger for a while.
Nothing touched it.
Cosby was so massive. And in fact, the number 2 show for a while was a spinoff of the Cosbys.
That's right.
Right? Was it not the Real World or whatever it was, but it was one of those shows. It was just incredible. It was incredible. Well, that's a tragedy.
Yeah, it is, man.
We like to have fun on this show. I got youngsters. They say stuff sometimes like, what the hell are you two talking about? Well, we need to help ourselves around here, guys. I'm in my 50s. We're all here. The only one. How old are you there, Louis? What are you? Like 30, 25?
Yeah, I just turned 30 back in May.
So he will probably understand some of this because he's a little bit hipper than cooler.
Well,
than we
and
are.
Nothing on Louis hurts yet.
No, nothing. Wait till you take that nap, and then you can't wake up. Man.
That's right,
You
Louis.
can't wake up without going, oh, my God, I can't move. My neck. I need to see somebody. I need to get to, oh, my Lord. Oh. So is there something new here every single day? We're going to give you guys the ins and outs of what the kids are saying, the slang words of the day. Back when we were younger, it was cool. Ooh, man, that's hot. Things like that. It's different nowadays. Call this the urban word of the day.
Now it's time for the urban word of the day. The young have a vocabulary all their own, and we break it down for you. It's called the urban word of the day.
Today's word, Riz. R-I-Z-Z. Do you know what that means?
I do not.
It's like charisma. All right? Somebody who's got it. Let's use it in a sentence. That guy's got so much riz, he hasn't been single since he was in his mom's womb.
There it is.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, kids. Riz is your urban word of the day.
That was the urban word of the day. Now you know.
Yeah, but see, now you got to use it in a sentence, and it's got to sound smooth when you do it.
Yeah, so like today when your kids are saying something like, oh, that guy is the coolest guy in the world, you just look at your kids and go, so he got all kind of riz? And they're going to be like, don't!
See, this is how it'll sound for me. My 17-year-old son will be telling me about somebody, and I'll say, yeah, but how much riz does he have, son?
Yeah, see. Don't do it so it's uncomfortable. Don't make it awkward.
Does he have any riz?
Does he have any riz? Is he rizzy? Is he rizzy? Look at King Louis is laughing. We sound like you guys are so uncool. It's okay. Our day was hot. It was cool, Daddy-O.
Yeah. He was cool, man.
It was so cool, man. It was cool, Daddy-O. Cool, though, kind of, it stuck around for a long time, right?
It was big in the 70s.
Yeah, it was big in the 70s, but it stuck around. Like, it was there for a while.
Yeah.
Before it was Riz, it was Juice.
Juice, that's
Juice.
right. Before there was Riz, it was Juice. So, Millennials were kind of the juice, and the Alpha and the Gen Zs are the Riz.
And then with Gen Xers, it was rad.
It was rad, man. That's radical. That was rad. That's rad, bro. That's rad, man. Oh, that's so rad. Coming up.
Now that I'm in my 50s, I've gone back to, boy, that's swell.
Oh, geez, guys. That's just the bestest thing ever. Coming up, we've got a radical hour number 2. It is radical as well. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Belmont, and maybe do some Andy Ogles, who's trying everything to impress Trump. I feel like everything he does is to impress Trump. Talk a little bit about who knows what and all kinds of stuff. We haven't done any Colbert. We should do some of that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Colbert. Free speech is gone, apparently, or not. Jeez, you people are insane. A bunch of other good stuff. Trust us, we got all kinds of Riz, and you'll find out what that is in hour number 2 of the program.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Right now, we got rolling roadblocks on I-40 eastbound at Bellevue. Got the right 2 lanes blocked for some pothole repair. And looking over here in Hillwood, a crash reported 40 eastbound at Charlotte Pike and then 65 southbound at Rosa Parks Boulevard. And 80 million of us, including Middle Tennesseans, affected by extreme heat today.
Yes, climatologically, it's the hottest time of year, but this means it's even above what it normally is. And that's why I have extreme heat warnings from Wichita back through Springfield to Memphis. Some of those numbers will approach 110 for the feels like. And we're going to see this slide to the east by the end of the week.
That's Ginger Z. We'll give you the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Entertainment news, and it's some sad news. Actor Malcolm Jamal Warner has died after drowning at age 54. Multiple reports say that a source confirming to People that the actor, best known for his role as Theodore Huxtable, or Theo on The Cosby Show, drowned in Costa Rica. We're hearing the audio today for the first time of police and firefighters in Phoenix lifting a car off a trapped motorcyclist with their bare hands.
I got one trapped.
When Phoenix Police Sergeant Richard Jarrett arrived on scene of a crash involving a car and a motorcycle, he found the motorcyclist trapped under that car. The car crushing the man. Sergeant Jarrett waited for help to arrive, heard on his body-worn camera.
Keep breathing. Don't move, okay?
Once a crew of firefighters got on scene with their bare hands, they lifted the car off the motorcyclist, freeing him. Phoenix police saying the actions saved the man's life. Alex Stone, EBC News.
A father from Canada is under arrest, charged in the connection of his 9-year-old daughter's death. Police in upstate New York say they got initial reports from Luciano Fratolin that his daughter Melina was abducted while they were on their way back to Canada after vacationing in the U.S., but police say that turned out to be false.
The investigation has determined sometime after Melina's phone call with her mother and before Mr. Fratolin's 911 call, he allegedly murdered Melina and left her body in a remote area where she was later discovered by law enforcement.
Captain Robert McConnell says authorities found Melina's body in a remote area of Ticonderoga.
During that search detail, at approximately 10:50, members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond.
Now, the father has no criminal history, has no domestic violence history either. And Kilmar Abrego Garcia going to be staying put in jail for now. His lawyers and the Department of Justice coming to an agreement this morning on a plan to keep him in jail while he awaits his human smuggling trial. But it also delays the government's plans to remove him to a third country, a significant concession from the Trump administration, which had threatened to immediately deport him if Garcia was released prior to his trial. Now, a Maryland judge will have an opportunity to issue an order blocking ICE from taking action. And we'll give you the very latest on this story as it develops. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
I sent that to my wife, the death of Jamal.
Yeah.
When she was like, oh, my God. I'm like, I know, Theo, 54. I'm 54. Don't know what happened. On a family vacation.
Yeah, just drowned, but, we don't have the details.
That is, it's, you know what? It's one of those things where we grew up with him,
Yep.
I mean, if you guys don't know, Theo was a part of our life.
Yep.
It's part of everybody's life. You're like, man, I want a dad and a mom that are cool. And we didn't know about dad. But still, I want a dad and mom that cool.
Didn't know about dad at the time.
Yeah, so you can't blame us. But the just amazing, just everything that show was about. Kind of like with when Alan Thicke died, right? From growing pains and
right.
stuff. It's a part of your childhood. And it's gone. It's like, whoa, 54 years young, passed away. That's a tough thing. And a vacation with your family. Whew.
Yeah, this is okay. It says, all right, Costa Rican National Police telling ABC News Warner drowned in Limon. They claim that he was caught by a high current in the water. They found him yesterday afternoon.
Oh,
so, wow, they've been able to keep this quiet for a while because, this just broke about an hour ago.
Yeah, and if you've ever been in a current and you don't know what currents are, rip currents in certain areas, they're horrific. And
you cannot swim against them.
You don't. What you do is you swim sideways.
Yeah.
So if you're stuck in one and you're looking at the shore, you turn to your right usually and you swim in that direction. Eventually the current gives way and you're fine. But if you try to swim against it, that's the quicksand of water and it will eat you up. It tires you out and then you give way. And that's a shame, man. That's
survived by his wife and daughter.
Oh, goodness me. That's a tough thing. It's especially when I think about everybody, you got kids, you got that kind of stuff. It's like you hear those things. You're definitely like that guy in New York with his kid.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing, dude?
That's a terrible story.
Yeah.
Terrible. She's with one of the people she probably trusted the most.
Your dad. You're supposed to be the protector, not the evil.
Terrible.
What is wrong with society? What the hell is wrong with people? Some people it's a tragedy. Other people just sick like that nut job dad in Washington. They still can't find that guy.
They can't find him.
You think he's alive? I think he is based on the fact that he's got so much. They talk about not only was he in the military trained, I guess, but he was also, he's a survivalist. He lives out there.
He knows how to survive.
He knows how to survive. And if you've ever seen, we've got some great forest here and some trees. Man, you would know nothing until you got to Washington State.
Yeah.
You're like, this is 50 miles of nothing.
Yeah, you're talking about trees that are several hundred feet tall and thick.
And you can't see it. You can't even even if you flew in certain areas a drone over him, you're not going to see down into it.
No.
So he may not even be in Washington. He may be in Canada by now.
Well, remember the last sighting was Idaho.
Yeah.
They were checking a part of Idaho for him, but I guess that didn't pan out.
No, it didn't. That didn't go the way he thought it was going to go, and now he's no longer with us, at least there. I don't know where he's at, but the fact that, once again, another dude who snapped, and the people that you were supposed to love the most took advantage of you and killed you for whatever reason. Because there didn't seem to be too much of a reason for either of these. Wasn't some gnarly dispute or anything like that?
Well, the only thing, he was supposed to hand the daughter back over to her mother.
Yeah, but that's not like you're never going to see her or any of that stuff
right.
again.
Unless there's something we don't know about yet.
Yeah, just awful. Colbert, speaking of awful, gone. And I said this on Friday. I don't wish anybody in our industry any ill will. I don't have to like your politics, but this industry's tough.
Yes, sir.
And when people lose their job, it's a tough thing because we've had a lot of friends of ours who aren't working. You guys know that on the station. When people lose their gig, he was never funny. Johnny Carson, we talked about this last week a little bit. Dude's born in Nebraska, right? That guy, his show was for the audience.
Right.
It wasn't politics.
Nope.
He didn't care. And if it was, he would poke fun at who was ever in power. But he would do it in a way where he wasn't going to piss off the supporters of that person. And it was something that was just, funny enough where, whether it was, Gerald Ford falling down or hitting somebody with a golf ball or anything, Carter. And it was simple, but it was about the people. And he lost that. He never, I saw Colin Cowherd, the sports guy this week, said, when he lost me, and I was watching him, and he said, when he brought Jon Stewart on to talk about the COVID, and Jon Stewart had prepared this thing, and because he was such a partisan hack, he wasn't going to let Jon Stewart get that thing about how the Wuhan lab had COVID in it and also happened to be from Wuhan. He didn't want that because he didn't want to give the Trump people anything that could be something. That's how partisan he was.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that when Jon Stewart did that, man. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been an outbreak of chocolatey goodness near the Hershey's plant in Pennsylvania. What could it be?
It's so true. It is. And, we were talking about last week. Imagine, going to see one of these things. I went and saw Letterman in the 90s. He came to London.
Oh, yeah?
And I was in London. We happened to be able to get tickets. It was a hard ticket to get. And it was neat, right? Like, he had bands playing. It was what you want. Going to see the likes of Colbert now, you're not going there thinking, okay, what musical artists are we going to get? Morrissey, right? Are we going to get a cool band like this? No, you're going to get Elizabeth Warren, followed by Bernie Sanders and Adam Schiff. It's stupid. Nobody wants to see that.
Nope.
And he was bleeding money.
Yeah, I saw around 40 million.
40 million a year. Nobody watches television at night. You know where people watch TV? They stream it, but in truth, sports.
Yep.
People watch sports together. Nobody's taping the Super Bowl. Nobody's because everybody knows what's going on. You want to experience it all together. Nobody cares about the rest of this stuff. They can podcast it. They can do this, that, and the other. Did you know that there are 10,000 YouTubers that have a bigger audience than him? 10,000. At a fraction of the price.
Wow.
He is $200 million a year with his staff, all of the union stuff. He was $200 million a year, and he was hemorrhaging money.
And he only had 10,000 viewers
the time,
on average.
Well, in some of, so there were, he averaged about 1.2 million a night, but you need a certain demographic that everybody cares about. It's 25, 54.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, anybody over the age of 54 has no money.
Right. We're
Even
just
though
broke.
they're the ones with disposable money usually,
Right.
but still, whatever.
Well, we're supporting our kids.
So, and they want stuff. He just didn't have it. And the rest of them don't have it. Nobody watches television at night. They don't. They go home, they flip around on their phone, they TikTok it, they watch their favorite show that they're watching on, Netflix or whatever, that they've seen 1,000 times too. The big battle now is, where's the comfort? So, The Office. You and I were talking about The Office.
Yeah.
That's a huge battle. Seinfeld, massive battle always to get their rights. Family Guy. We were talking last week about, you weren't here, about the amount of money they spend that they're battling it out in this whole Paramount thing with the guys who do South Park. Because South Park was their new series was supposed to debut the new season was supposed to debut this week, but they've had to pull everything, including all 26 previous seasons, because they can't get a deal done because of the merger. And so, but it is their most profitable thing they have. You know what else, Ken, you weren't here for?
What's that?
You ready for what's been in the Nielsen top 10 since March?
I'm ready.
Gunsmoke.
Really?
Gunsmoke is averaging, now MeTV, Gunsmoke is averaging 600,000 viewers a day. Gunsmoke is.
That show.
50 years after it went off, 600,000 viewers a day, and their average billions of views a month, minute-wise, and it is one of their most profitable for Paramount.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, it's a money's game. This business, I have friends who are uber successful and have been uber successful as far as ratings go, but money is what it's all about. And I've had friends where you've looked at ratings and stuff, and you're like, the ratings are very good, but they kill it when it comes to revenue, so they won't get rid of them. It's a money's game. And when you're looking at YouTubers who are getting 2, 3, 4 million views at a time, there's no reason he wasn't going to. And he decided to look at half of the country and say, I want nothing to do with you. And that half of the country, by the way, also has money and pays bills. People don't realize, it's the reason Carson did it is because Carson made it about the audience and not about him. And if you guys want to know who the biggest entertainer in the world is, his name is Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
So Mr. Beast did a video that dropped 2 days ago. 2 days ago, he has 415 million subscribers on YouTube. Just one of his channels. His thing called Survive 100 Days Trapped in a Private Jet, and you get to keep it. Are you ready for this? 77 million views already. 77 million views. He does not have a video on here that has less than 130 million views.
Wow.
Survive 100 Days in a Nuclear Bunker a year ago. 306 million views. That puts it into perspective when you think about $1.2 million. 1.2 million viewers a night.
Yes, that does.
God, that's insane. And you can't hate. I know a lot of people, I see a lot of people out there going, the reason they did this is because of the merger. Sherry Redstone is somewhat friendly with Trump. So she's the lady who owns, the CBS Viacom and stuff. She's desperate to get this deal done. It's one of the reasons they had settled with Trump, and they want to get everything done as fast as possible, because if they don't get this done super fast, she's close to going broke. Owning all of these things, she's going to go broke. And so they're desperate to clear everything off and get this through, this merger. And I don't think for a second Trump is that petty that he's going to go, I'm not going to let her get it through because of him. Come on. That he's going to go, I'm not going to let her get it through because of him. Come on. And they didn't fire him, too. I remind everybody. They just didn't renew his contract. That's it. I mean, at what point in time when I see people going, this has to be politics, at what point in time do you say, hey, how much does free speech cost? Apparently $40 million a year. So you can be mad at Donald Trump. Guess what? Go over to YouTube. He'll probably get way more viewers. You could say all the things you've always wanted to say, and you could drop an F-bomb here and there, and nobody's going to care. And you'll probably get as many viewers for not even a tenth of the price. Like less than that when you think about it. Man, 306 million views. Can you believe that? Good God.
Compared to 1.2.
I'm looking at the amount of, because they asked him the other day, I saw him in an interview, they asked Jimmy Donaldson, who is Mr. Beast, are you worth $1 billion? He goes, on paper, I'm worth a couple billion. Because people have tried to buy his channels, and he's turned them down. But that's insane. That is insane. And if you go look at all of his other stuff, too, because he's got other YouTube accounts that have, 50 million, 100 million followers. I mean, the amount of people that follow him globally, and he's done something else that's so brilliant. He goes and he'll hire the best actors from other countries where they don't speak English, and he has them act out all of the scenes as far as voiceovers, and then he puts them in there so people can watch it in their own language. Crazy. Smart dude. Coming up, more on the Cosby Shows. Markham Jamal Warner passed away at age 54 in Costa Rica. It's breaking news everywhere right now. Got a bunch of other stuff still to get to. Reach out to us across all of our social media. You know we love it when you do. This is the Chad Benson Show at Super Talk 997. United Structural System is incredible. And right now, they want you to give them a call if you're worried about any of the things that have gone on. You've got those cracks some places. You've got some stuff where maybe some water's come in, and it's, you really can't see it, but you think some stuff's happened. Maybe get some mold, wood rot, some stuff that may need to be fixed ASAP before you have to have some serious structural repair. The kind of stuff where you're looking and going, oh, no, we're going to have the foundation. We're going to have to really go at this. If you have any issues whatsoever, if you have any worries whatsoever, Let USS help. This is what I want you to do. They're going to come out. You call them. No matter what you think it might be, they'll take a look. They're not going to charge you anything, and they're not going to sell you anything unless you actually need it. So they're not one of those goofy places that'll sell you anything. Nope. 30 years in business, 30,000 happy customers. That's who they are. 615-488-7855. 615-488-7855. Or follow them online for all the things they do at USSTN.com.
All right, drivers in Williamson County, heads up. We've got Lewisburg Pike, both directions closed between Mac Hatcher and Stewart Street because of a water main break. And it looks like 4th Avenue South at I-40 in Nashville. Injury crash there right next to I-40. That is being blocked by a crash. And the Cosby Show star Malcolm Jamal Warner, dead at age 54. We've got the details coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Tragedy, no doubt about that. This weekend, I watched a lot of golf, hanging out, and Scotty Scheffler, who's the best golfer in the world, no doubt. I mean, just he's in a different world than everybody else.
And Scotty Scheffler has his Open Championship and the third leg of golf's Grand Slam.
And afterwards, he spoke. And if you guys don't know anything about him, faith is the most important thing to him, his family, and golf. It's super competitive. Like competitive, the kind of guy that he'll bet you on anything. He is that kind of guy. And he talked last week that, you know what, the minute golf gets in the way of his family, he said, I'm never going to pick up a golf club again. I'm done. And he said, I love winning, but then I think, what am I doing this for? Right? Like you win this, like what are we celebrating this for? Afterwards, you celebrate for a minute and you're like, okay, what's for dinner? Yesterday, again, talking about who he is.
I've worked since I was 2 or 3 years old to have a chance to play professional golf for a living. And now I've been able to win tournaments that I just dreamed of playing in. And it's an amazing feeling, and I'm so grateful to be able to live out my dreams. But, you know, like I said, my faith in my family is what's most important to me. And I try to live as normal a life as possible because I feel like a normal guy. I have the same friends I had growing up. I don't think that I'm anything special just because, some weeks I'm better at shooting a lower score than other guys are.
Not some weeks. He's on a Tiger kind of run that is insane. And you don't hear a lot about him because he says my favorite thing to do is obviously hanging out with his kid and his wife. And outside of that, hitting golf balls. He likes the grind. He likes practicing all day. I watched a video with him the other day that was fascinating. So they get his clubs and they said, all right, they've got the little thing set up, all right, the track man where they could track how far he hits the ball. He goes, all right, here's your 8-iron. Tell me how far you hit it. He goes, I'm going to hit this 168 yards. 168 yards. I'm going to hit this one 107. I mean, it's a different world with this guy, but he's so down to earth. So yesterday, once this happened, this little kid runs out there, Bennett, and him, and Nike released an ad, a picture of him and his son it's incredible. It says, you've already won. And then the next one is a picture of him but another major never hurts. But he has already won, and he's grounded, and that's awesome. We're following along. Cosby Show, Malcolm Jamal Warner has passed away in Costa Rica, and Ken's been bringing it to us. He drowned in Costa Rica. It drowned yesterday, and we were surprised that people could keep it quiet for this long.
Yeah. Yeah, this was, according to police in Costa Rica, he was swept away in some high water, strong currents. They didn't find him until yesterday afternoon. He was there with his wife and his daughter, from what I'm reading, and he kept them pretty private.
Yeah,
he did not, put his wife and daughter out there, for everybody to see. And that may be why, that we're not learning about it until now.
And it's one of those things, too, where once they were done with the show, you didn't hear a lot from him. Some of the other ones, obviously, Lisa Bonet went and did some stuff. But a lot of the other ones, it was very quiet. And he was one of those ones who I always thought maybe he was going to do a little bit more, And he really didn't.
Yeah, I mean, he made some appearances, but nothing near the success as the Cosby Show. From what I'm gathering, it looks like he starred in remember UPN?
Yeah, that's right.
Malcolm and Eddie. He was on the UPN sitcom Malcolm and Eddie, alongside Eddie Griffin. That went from 96 to 2000. Then he was on BET's Read Between the Lines, Read REED, for 4 years, 2011 to 2015.
But I never heard of any of those.
No. I mean, you would have to really be, into BET to catch that one, or UPN.
Or television.
Yeah, he looks like he was on Here and Now, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He made some appearances on
but
there.
He didn't try to keep all of what was there and because you get that fame, right? And you want to keep it going sometimes for as long as you possibly can.
Right. He was on, I didn't know. Oh, and I do remember this. He was on American Horror Story's Freak Show.
Was he?
Which is one of my that's one of my favorite of that franchise, but I'm trying to I don't recall him in that. So it must have been a quick, just a quick in and out. Sons of Anarchy.
I don't even remember that. But, those are I mean, you wouldn't even have known. We're finding this out today.
Yeah.
Really? And you like that show, and you don't even remember him.
Right.
So.
He appeared, most recently, he appeared in 3 episodes of Fox's Alert, Missing Persons Unit. That aired earlier this year.
I've never even heard of that show.
So, I mean, he was still out there, but... like I said, and what the reports say is, I mean, he didn't want his family out there in the spotlight.
No, definitely not.
I don't blame him.
No
At
way.
all.
And in today's world, smart getting ahead of it because he was probably 30 years ahead of keeping your family away from all the lunacy.
Yeah.
Smart thing indeed. Coming up, we'll have more on this, a lot of other stuff to get to. Reach out to us across all of our social media. Happy Monday, everybody. It is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
1:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. 80 million Americans, including all of us in Middle Tennessee, under some sort of heat advisory or alert. We have a heat advisory here in Middle Tennessee. Now, West Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee under an extreme heat alert. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Cosby Show star Malcolm Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54. He was in Costa Rica on a family vacation and he drowned while swimming. Costa Rican National Police telling ABC News Warner was caught by a high current in the water. They found him yesterday afternoon, and police say his cause of death was asphyxia. A father from Canada is under arrest, charged in the connection of his 9-year-old daughter's death. Police in upstate New York say they got initial reports on Saturday from Luciano Fratolin that his daughter Melina was abducted while they were on their way back to Canada after vacationing in the U.S., but police say his story turned out to be false. They found the body of 9-year-old Melina in Ticonderoga.
During that search detail, at approximately 10:50, members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond.
That's Captain Robert McConnell of the New York State Police. He says there was no evidence that the little girl was under distress while on vacation with her father.
He has no criminal history. He has no domestic violence history either.
I understand that he has pleaded not guilty today. And NYPD officers confirm a second suspect is in custody for the Saturday night shooting of an off-duty United States Border Patrol agent in a New York City park. While police have not identified the second suspect, they identified the suspected shooter as 21-year-old Miguel Francisco Mora Nunez, a man who reportedly entered the country illegally back in 2023. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Rough Greens, ruffgreens.com/Chad. Vitamins, minerals, probiotics, omega 3, 6, 9, all this incredible stuff packed into an amazing supplement that you give your dog every single day. And you do it early in the morning if you want, or whenever you feed your dog. Just one time, one scoop a day. You don't have to do anything other than that. That one singular scoop is perfect for your dog. It's going to help with their aches and their pains and their joints. It's going to help with their digestive tract, their skin, their fur. It's going to give them a better lease on life. And the beauty of Rough Greens is all of these things, these living enzymes or probiotics, are going to help your dog in so many ways. So many people out there, like me, you know what? You think your dog's food is healthy, and it's really not. It's dog food is dead food. This brings your dog's food to life. So try a Jumpstart trial bag of Rough Greens. It is a $20 value. You get it for free. All they ask you to do is cover the cost of shipping. It's that simple. ruffgreens.com/Chad. That's ruffgreens.com/Chad. Get your Rough Greens now. ruffgreens.com/Chad. The Wellness Institute of Nashville. Go to painisbad.com. Get your back. That's what I'm talking about. How about this? Big Daddy Trump special. $12 for a comprehensive exam. So this exam that you're going to get, it's a full exam. It's not just give us $12, we'll look at you. No, there's going to be an x-ray, comprehensive exam. They're going to go over anything that you bring, your MRI, any of that stuff, and then they're going to build a plan that's right for you. That includes their brilliance, right? Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Ashley, and the years they've spent putting this thing together that is amazing, as well as their technology, which is second to none. So if your back isn't great, and as we get a little older, you know how that can be, get that back. This is what I want you to do. Call them today, 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009. Find out what they can do for you, why so many people have given up, and then this is their Hail Mary, and they go see the Wellness Institute, and everything changes. You can check out everything they do at painisbad.com or call 615-246-5009 for the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Man, tributes are pouring in. I didn't realize how many things he has done. He was on The Resident.
Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff, man. And if he wasn't on the screen, he was behind the scenes.
That's where I think a lot of people like to do that. Like they go behind this, because that's where the money's at. Go behind the scenes. You want to be that producer. That's what we need to do, Ken. We need to produce our own movies.
All right.
I don't know how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can.
Let's call up Nick Cage.
Oh, God, Nick Cage. The greatest. You know, he was almost Superman. Did you ever see the audition?
I did not.
He auditioned.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah. In fact, it was almost a go before, was it not this last guy, not the guy that's playing it out, or the last two guys. It was that one. They were going to fire it up with him. Oh, that would have been great. He's the best. He's the best of the worst actors out there.
Freaking
Cage, baby. Colbert, gone. Rosie upset.
Should stand up and say, no way. You're not going to silence us. You don't have the right to silence us. You never did and you never will. We the people have the right to speak up against atrocities which are happening on a daily basis. ICE, his own personal Gestapo. What will it take, America? What will it take? He's going to arrest every artist that disagrees with him, and pretty much every artist does. Whether or not they're brave enough to say it is another thing.
Did he arrest Colbert?
Oh, my gosh.
Did that happen? Did they arrest? No, they didn't. His show is going away. Guess what? He's not being replaced. He can go onto YouTube. He can go onto Twitter. He could go to Twitch or Rumble. He could just do a podcast or do nothing.
He can go back with Jon Stewart
on
The Daily Show.
Although Jon Stewart is worried about The Daily Show, and he's talked about, they asked him, what do you think's going to happen? And he's not sure, which is understandable.
Well, it was tanking without him.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was, for years it was. And so it's got to be worth it for anybody to get in business. It's not like, so let's just say for the sake of argument, you get into like any of these AI companies, nobody's turning a profit. They're billions of dollars deep in debt. But the chances of it turning a profit are massive because, well, first of all, this is the way the industry works. When you throw so much money at something, it's too big to fail, right? We put billions into this. We can't let it fail. But the other side of it is we know where the world is headed, and AI is it. And they're bringing in massive amounts of dollars, but the expansion, are you ready for this, dude? This is crazy. So I read an article this weekend. I think it was in Fortune. The battle of AI brains. So the people that are the ones who are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So the new thing they're doing is acquisitions. They're going and they're just saying, hey, your company's worth $2 billion. We'll give you $2 billion now. It's not worth $2 billion. But because your technology is so awesome, we just want it. And you won't come work for us. The other thing is they're offering AI. Really, they're like architects more than they are programmers. They're offering them contracts. Are you ready for this? 3 years, $300 million.
Wow.
To be essentially the new, latest, hippest version of programming for these companies. And these guys are turning them down because they know we're worth $5 billion. I'm worth my vested interest in this company is worth $5 billion. So why would I give you a 3-year, contract for, $300 million when I know I'm going to be worth $5 billion? It's nuts. But that's a winning thing, right? That's winning. AI is winning. We know where it's going. Jon Stewart was never, Jon Stewart, they're smaller, so they may have a better budget. Like, he does a lot of his stuff. He does it one night a week, but you got a $250 million budget. That's a movie. And you're making $160 million. If you did 3 movies that cost $250 million and you lost $120 million to $200 million, you're not going to give many opportunities to make movies anymore. And that's what this thing was going to become. It wasn't coming back. But, man, they are so upset, and we need to look. You don't even understand. We need to look at this. We need to find out what's going on. No, it's a money thing.
So you wrote about this, and you say Colbert's cancellation, simply not funny.
Yes, simply not funny, but also really scary, right? And even if it's not quid pro quo, the idea of self-censorship, and I talk about my grandfather, Howard Fast, who was jailed by McCarthy during the House on Un-American Activities, that our government has done this before, that history is very much filled with moments like this. And I think it's important that we take a 20,000-foot view of it because of that, because there are ways to come back from government misuse of power like this. But it certainly is very scary. I do think it's incredibly ironic and also interesting that we have a 94-year-old media mogul who is in many ways responsible for creating Trump and Trumpism, who is now facing down Trump and Trumpism. I mean, this is, Rupert Murdoch versus Donald Trump at the end of the day. And this is a pretty unbelievable turn of events.
No, it's not. It's the Rupert facing him down. Let him sue each other. Who cares? I said last week they're not going to sue. Go ahead and sue. You're suing for $10 million. You're not going to get it. By the way, do you know that here's Rupert Murdoch and how he feels about that? He could have killed a story that had that. Remember that lady who had that blood test that was supposed to change the world? As you talk like this, he had invested $100 million into that, and that story broke with his company, and she wanted him to kill it. And she ended up going to jail, obviously, but he said, no, I'm not going to kill journalism. And so let them sue each other. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's already lost $750 million because of that insanity over it was stolen BS that they pushed on their, network forever and a day that cost him. But when it comes to the likes of Colbert, he's not getting silenced. They're not renewing his contract. He has every right to go somewhere else. ABC could call him. NBC could call him. Fox could call him. How funny would that be? And that's the other thing. Fox, they're upset because Fox is, it's all propaganda, as MSNBC likes to say. All of you guys are propaganda. All of you are. You don't think MSNBC is propaganda? That's all it is. MSNBC and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert are the exact same show. That's what you are, the exact same show. But to sit here and say, well, Fox is propaganda and we're not, is baloney. And Gutfeld is just funnier.
You said pandering, which I think is interesting. I do, from time to time, catch a glimpse of it because I do want to see what is actually being said and discussed. And it is all pandering for Trump.
For sure. And listen, plenty of late night, I would say, became pandering for Democrats. I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting it. And I think what happened with a lot of comedy in the face of Trump is it seemed like such a obvious bad thing, an obvious deterioration of the country that it was like, we have to critique this first and foremost any chance we get. And no one ever paid attention to, for example, talking about how old Biden was until it was too late. And so they lost people's trust. And so I do think a lot of more liberal-leaning comedy became so tunnel-visioned and in a way became less funny.
They were less funny because it's the same joke over and over again. Trump's evil and mean, and then you move on. That doesn't work. You know, the thing about entertainment is you got to entertain. Like, what are the people? What do they want? What do they want? Your audience is so small, you couldn't even entertain them for that. What do people want? Johnny threw a large net, right? Like, Johnny would have on people that were crazy, you know, animal tricks. He'd bring on the guy from the zoo.
Yeah.
You know, and they would talk about this, and the thing would climb on his head. They had regular people. You know, the woman grew the largest potato chip. We're going to have her on and talk to her for an hour. It's hilarious. It's just regular people as well as stars.
Yeah, instead of getting lectured.
Yes. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be lectured. Nobody wants that. And here's the other thing about the comedians. If you see the comics who do comedy for a living, and I think comedy is important. I think in today's world of fractured media, especially in journalism, comedy can keep our leaders, it can keep them on their toes. You weren't doing comedy. Yours was just hate. I hate you.
Which that's pretty much what what's his name
Kimmel.
on AB? Yeah, Kimmel is obsessed with Trump.
Yeah, they both were. You know who's not? Old Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon is still putting out funny content.
Yeah, he dances. He has a good time. He plays stuff. He rarely talks. And when he talks about Trump, it's always something kind of silly. It's never, by the way, F you, I hate you.
Right. Yeah, it's along the lines of what Saturday Night Live used to do to all politicians.
Yeah.
They'd make fun of them all.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Oh, totally. And that's the way it should be.
Yes.
Because the people in power should be made fun of. They should be held accountable.
It's fun to make fun of politicians.
That's right. And nobody's saying that he's not allowed to do it anymore. He'll do it, and he'll continue to do it.
Yeah. He'll wind up somewhere.
Yeah. You know who else was funny? I love Conan O'Brien. I like Conan because Conan was so bizarre and goofy, and he was a writer, and he was, you know, he was just different.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember, you know, he told some of the funniest jokes. It was just, he was an odd bird.
Yeah, I never saw him really get angry into politics.
Yeah. Somebody said Craig Ferguson was funny. I like Craig.
I never got to watch him.
Craig was pretty good. Letterman, yeah. Letterman was intellectual.
Later on, though, he got political.
Yeah, he did
later
get
on.
a little political, but for
In
the
the
most part,
80s, man, Letterman was...
he was just different.
Gosh.
He was just a different character.
Yeah.
Letterman was a different character. And you know what? Both Letterman and Leno held the Tonight Show up and the reverence for the Tonight Show in such a way. They loved it. They didn't want to deviate from it.
Right.
And Leno, for the most part, didn't. He realized I'm playing to all of America, not just New York and L.A. And so you've got to entertain. That's first and foremost. Coming up, dude dies after being sucked into the MRI machine.
Goodness.
We'll talk a little bit about that, among other things. If you're interested in the show, we always say, shame on you, grab the podcast. It is the Chad Benson Show at Super Talk 99.7. Bulwark Capital coming up in a couple days. They're doing their halftime webinar. It is this Thursday. It's 5:30 our time. You could register for free at knowyourriskpodcast.com. They're going to break down all the things that are going on. It's not a rah-rah speech, and they'll tell you that. It is an X's and O's. This is where we're going. This is why we're doing so well. I think you should take a look at them. Investments, 401k, maybe you're just not feeling like you're getting what you need to get. Let me tell you, they give it to you straight out, and they do amazing. They're who I have my money with. My family has their money with. My man, Zach, is Chief Investment Officer, and he's incredible. So this is what I want you to do. Sign up today. Find out what they're all about at Bulwark Capital. Doesn't cost you anything. Worst case scenario, you'll learn something, but I think you are absolutely going to be blown away by what they offer. Go to Know Your Risk Podcast to sign up. It's happening this Thursday, 5:30 our time. It is the Bulwark halftime webinar. So join it up. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com to sign up. Know Your Risk Podcast. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Trek 25252.
All right, drivers in Franklin, Lewisburg Pike is closed both directions due to a water main break. This is going to be between Mac Hatcher Boulevard and Stewart Street. And actor Malcolm Jamal Warner has died. Children drowning in above-ground pools has prompted a recall, and the younger brother of late NFL star and former U.S. Army Ranger Pat Tillman has been arrested. These stories and more at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yeah, sounds like he flipped the coop.
Yeah, something snapped.
You think? Oh, my. So last week we reported on it over the weekend. The man passed away, sucked into an MRI machine. This is his wife talking about the incident.
I saw the machine, snatched him around and pulled him into the machine. He died. He lost He went limp in my arms.
Adrienne Jones McAllister says her husband, Keith McAllister, died after he was sucked into an MRI machine at Nassau Open MRI in Westbury.
I haven't been able to sleep. I'm barely eating. I just can't believe. I still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing. He waved goodbye to me, and then his whole body went limp.
His necklace he was wearing was 20 pounds. It was a weightlifting necklace.
Yeah.
And his wife said, hey, come help me get off the machine, because she was in there having her knee done.
Right.
And he walked in there, and the thing just sucked him in.
Oh, man.
And then it choked him to death, and he ended up having several heart attacks because they couldn't get it. And then what happens is people panic, and they don't know what to do, right? Rather than trying to figure out how to turn the machine off.
You just start yanking.
The guy's in there, and he's trying to yank, and nobody's trying to figure out, turn the damn machine off.
Just unplug it.
Yeah, and it was too late.
Goodness.
And he had he went unconscious. His neck was busted up, and he had several heart attacks on the way to and at the hospital. 20-pound weight.
I never thought I would hear about a freak accident like that outside of the movie Final Destination.
So did you see that? Okay, I saw Final Destination Bloodlines a couple weeks ago, and in it, there is a point where, if you guys don't know what it is, somewhere along the line, death has its plan, and its people are in the perfect, and somebody figures out that something's going to happen, and they get out of the way. And so now death has to go back, and it comes up with all these crazy contraptions to capture you. One of them was this dude gets sucked into the MRI machine, and it is brutal.
Goodness.
Yeah.
It is brutal. And this is not the first time there's been an issue.
Yeah, it happened to a child.
Yeah.
Or something back in 2001.
So it was a
man. That lady, that breaks my heart.
Oh yeah,
that poor woman.
Yeah, I
Good
mean, what do you? I mean, you don't probably have a lot, you know. And she's sitting there and she's saying, "Why this happened? My husband and this guy have known each other for a while. They've talked about the weight of his thing." I said, "Well, he walked in there, and it was still on, and that guy probably wasn't thinking,
yeah,
because he was having a conversation, and then that was it." And like you said, I mean, you're dealing then with a machine whose power is so strong. There's no getting that thing off, because there wasn't a clasp or anything. And the size of this guy too, because if you'd have seen this guy, this was a buff dude. He was 60, but that's why the weight was so heavy, because he used it for lifting weights and help. Man, sucks. Speaking of sucks, Malcolm Jamal Warner has passed away at age 54.
That's another one.
This
is one of those Hollywood deaths that this hits hard.
Yeah, seen a lot of people chiming in about that. You know, Mr. Cosby hasn't, but a lot of other stars have who've worked with him, worked behind the scenes with him, or just knew him for years. And
It's like the character he played, Theo. That's almost like who he was.
Yeah, he was. It wasn't. Yeah, exactly. He played himself. And you never heard anybody coming out in Hollywood going, he's the worst person. Nope. No. A lot of times you'll hear that in Hollywood. Good riddance to bet, not this guy. So Ken will have all the latest news. Reach out to us across all our social media. We'd love it when you do. Hour number 3 of the Chad Benson Show straight ahead. This is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. 80 million Americans, including Middle Tennessee, under some sort of excessive heat warning or heat advisory today. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Actor Malcolm Jamal Warner has died, best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show from 1984 to 1992. Here's a clip.
You're interested in sociology?
Oh, me? Yeah, sure.
Since when?
Well, you see, sociology is the study of human behavior. And since we're all humans, it's something we should all be interested in.
Very well put.
Thank you. Did you enjoy the soda?
Yes. You know, Denise, you never told me your brother was so charming. You're right, I didn't.
Police in Costa Rica say Warner drowned at a beach in Limon. He was caught by a high current in the water. He was vacationing with his family, his wife and daughter, whom he kept private. Children drowning in above-ground pools has led to a recall. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission recalling 5 million above-ground pools sold by outdoor recreation companies Bestway, Intex, and Poly Group at retail stores across the U.S. They're linked to the deaths of 9 children over the last 2 decades. Children between 22 months and 3 years old. These pools are 48 inches high and taller. And consumers, you are being told to contact Bestway, Intex, and Polygook for a full repair, or rather a free repair kit. A Canadian businessman is in custody, accused in the murder of his young daughter while they were vacation in New York State. Here's Sherry Preston.
On Instagram, Luciano Fratolin called his 9-year-old daughter Melina the light of his life. On Saturday, he had called police, saying Melina had been abducted near the popular vacation spot of Lake George. However, New York State Police Captain Robert McConnell says,
Initial reports from Mr. Fratolin of a suspicious white van in the area of the alleged disappearance was proven to be untrue.
Officers searching around Ticonderoga, New York, found Melina's remains in a shallow part of a pond. Fratolin, who's from Montreal, has been charged with her murder. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
NYPD officers confirm a second suspect now in custody for the Saturday night shooting of an off-duty United States Border Patrol agent in a New York City park. While police have not identified the second suspect, they've identified the suspected shooter who was in the country illegally, says Rena Roy.
Suspect now identified by police as 21-year-old Miguel Mora. Authorities say he's a Dominican national who entered the country illegally through Arizona in 2023 and was ordered deported last fall. Since entering the U.S., authorities say Mora has been arrested multiple times for domestic violence and was wanted for a robbery and a stabbing. According to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, he was also wanted for a kidnapping in Massachusetts.
And the younger brother of late NFL star and former U.S. Army Ranger Pat Tillman has been arrested in San Jose, California, accused of ramming his car into a post office.
A motive is unknown for why 44-year-old Richard Tillman allegedly drove his car into a post office at around 3 a.m. on Sunday. That post office then caught fire. Investigators are looking into reports he live-streamed driving into it and may have spray-painted words on the outside. Postal Inspector Matthew Norfleet.
Postal inspectors are investigating as an intentional act. It will, of course, be determined in a court of law whether or not it was, but it does not look like an accident so far.
Tillman has been arrested for arson. Alex Stone, ABC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Played a lot of pickleball this weekend. Two things captured everybody's conversation. One being this. Oh, this was a big deal.
Coldplay's Chris Martin getting in on the joke.
We'd like to say hello to some of you in the crowd.
Martin warning the crowd at a concert this weekend that they should prepare for the spotlight.
Because we're going to use our cameras and put some of you on the big screen. So please, if you haven't done your makeup, do your makeup now.
After that viral moment took the internet by storm last week.
Oh, look at these two.
When Martin highlighted a couple at Coldplay's Boston concert, the man quickly ducking away.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Internet sleuths dug up the pair's identity, and the tech firm Astronomer confirming to the AP that their CEO, Andy Byron, and Chief People Officer, Kristen Cabot, were the people on screen.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. I mean, that is not just kind of a story. It was like the biggest story on the planet for pop culture. But right behind it was the Epstein stuff. So many people asked me questions. People I know. I was talking to a couple ladies who were curious about, because they hadn't really heard anything about Epstein and any of this stuff. This shows you how small of a world, like, we all think that politics is this encompassing thing of everything, and it's not. I mean, this thing had hundreds of millions of views. These people's life, that was fine. Now it's done, dusted. And they're not dead, but whoo, everything's changed.
Now, Astronomer says it launched an investigation and accepted Byron's resignation. The company writing in a statement, our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability. And recently that standard was not met.
Yeah, you think? So he's having an affair with the chief people person. Chief people officer.
Chief people officer.
The dumbest thing in the world. And lo and behold, that's what you get. Everything changes overnight. 120 million views just on one account alone of them. Think about that.
Man.
And like you said, think about the family members.
Yeah.
Those
The kids are teenagers, man.
I mean, you know,
Or young adults.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like, Mom, what are you thinking? So get ready for this. They're trying to figure out, okay, how much money did these people make? Who are these people? He was the private data infrastructure startup was doing quite well. So he apparently the valuation of the company was $1.3 billion, and he was the CEO. He had a lot of stock, which I'm sure he gets to keep. His estimated net worth is between 50 and 70 million.
Wow.
Which is not bad. Now, get a load of this. Apparently, her husband, their rum empire is about $250 million. Man, and life has changed. Now all that's changed.
It has indeed.
You ain't getting that one back.
No.
A genie's out the bottle.
Wonder what old boy's wife's going to get in that divorce if there is one.
That's a good question. I would assume half, right? All the houses, the kids, all of that stuff. She'll probably do okay. And I wonder what she's going to end up having to give, because they just sold another house for $1 million. I mean, these were people that were living the life, right? Thought they had it all, including each other. They had fallen in love. They were probably making, when are we going to finally break it to the family?
Yeah. When are we going to tell everybody?
When is that going to happen? I thought you loved me, Andy. I do. I need to tell my wife. I know you are. And then, boom, next thing you know, there you are. First of all, it's already bad enough you're at a Coldplay concert.
And then you just duck and run, man.
And then you just are a dumbass. That was so...
That's what caught everybody.
Yes.
That's why it went viral.
Yeah. Our buddy Nate of our Busy Bee said they deserve to be shamed. And if you've not seen all the memes, they're spectacular.
Did you see the one of James Hetfield and Dave Mustaine?
Oh, gosh, yes. There's so many incredible ones of them. So the amount of memes in this thing it's just, you are now pop culture.
Oh,
forever and a day.
You are. You absolutely are.
So I know somebody said maybe they're swingers. Well, you know what? They may have open relationships. Here's the thing. You embarrassed them. Even if both of them knew what was going on, husband and wife, you've now embarrassed them. And the kids.
Yeah.
And the kids. Coldplay is here tonight or tomorrow. We need to look that up.
Well, you saw where Chris Martin, he put out a warning at their last show.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to turn on the kiss cam.
So, remember when he got divorced and they consciously uncoupled? Remember that?
No.
That's so when he and, what was her name? Gwyneth Paltrow got divorced. Instead of divorcing, they said, we are consciously uncoupling.
Okay.
Who gets the kid Apple?
Yeah.
Who gets the kid? I was watching an interview with him, and they said, what is, it was Bono had talked about Chris Martin, and they played it back to Chris, and he basically said he was just a clown and an idiot and a beep, beep, beep. And he goes, yeah, that's what I kind of thought he thought of me. I'm like, Bono. Oh, my Lord. Oh, yeah, they made every single meme that you could think of was that. And it will be.
Oh,
And
yes.
It's not, and it's still gaining steam.
It's
And
going to be like when Bernie Sanders, remember the
with his
picture of,
mittens?
Yeah, Bernie Sanders with his mittens at Biden's inauguration.
Oh, with his mittens. Oh, yes. And the Eastman Credit Union. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, my, you didn't see that?
No.
Okay, so if you guys haven't heard this, I should have brought this up earlier. So Eastman Credit Union in Johnson City, and Johnson being the operative word. There was a lady who was a bank manager or something like that. She was servicing a client, but what she didn't realize was that she wasn't behind the door, and it was pretty much a glass window you could see through. So somebody took a...
It's Johnson City, Tennessee?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Just type in Eastman Credit Union. Oh, God, that was spectacular. That is.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you type it in?
I'm doing it right now. A company apologizes after video. Oh, good.
So awesome.
Dude, this is worldwide, too.
Yeah. This one lady said this is going to be talked about for the next 3 generations in this town.
The Hindustan Times picked this up in India.
So nothing they said would ever shock me coming out of an area like this. But if you haven't seen it, they're...
Wow.
And it's... What were you thinking? It's right there. You can see everybody. If they can see you... You can see that.
Yeah.
This isn't, you don't work for a government that has like the windows you can't see through, but they can see you. No, you work at a bank. You work at a credit union in Johnson City.
Where there's probably a camera on that you can't see.
Yes. But it doesn't matter because the beauty of today's world is everybody's got a camera and somebody she was servicing the customers.
And it's in Johnson City. That's just...
I love the Johnson City press. It's like, they apologize for the indecent.
The statement reads, "We apologize. This incident happened at our facility as it clearly does not represent who we are as an organization. We are committed to providing a safe and respectful environment for our staff and members."
I would just like to say that person did not seem to complain. Seems that they were getting everything they wanted in the obscured glass.
Goodness.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, people.
What do we do with humans? Unbelievable. It is just fantastic. It is. And I love how, like, they're trying, like, the funny thing is you always have to come out and say, this is not who, we know that's not who you are, Johnson City Credit Union or whatever, Eastman Credit Union. We know that's not, come to Eastman City Credit Union and you'll get a little bit of this and a lot of bit of that. Right? That's not, we get it. You don't need to come out and say it.
We know how to take care of our members.
That's right. We know how to take care of our members and their members.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that was so spectacular. If you guys haven't seen it, just type in Eastman Credit Union. It's the first thing that pops up everywhere. And like you said, the Economic Times has it.
Yeah, the Hindustan Times in India
The
is running it.
Economic Times.
The Economic
The Guardian in London. Yes, you'll never guess what happened at this credit union in America. The Yanks are having sex.
It was visible for everyone at the branch office.
Let me ask you this. I'll have what he's having.
Oh.
So let me get this right. You go in there and she's like, she doesn't do anything. You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. I saw what that guy got.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord. He was making a private deposit.
See, man, there's just so much you can do with it.
It's just the worst stuff available. Ma'am, I think I was overdrawn. Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
I can't believe you guys are talking. I can't believe we didn't talk about it earlier. That was my bad. We'd like to do fun stuff here. By the way, we should probably check the weather because you know what time it is. Woo! Yeah, kids, it is that time. We do it.
Now it's time for the Swamp Ass News Report with the weather wizard, Ken Weaver.
We are at a swamp ass meter of feels like 102 degrees, Brother Chad.
Ooh, that's about a 3 and a half?
That's 3.5. That's 3.5 because, like we said, at 105, it's off the charts.
Off the charts.
Yeah, the real temperature is 94. Humidity's gone down a little bit. We were at 54%. Right now it's 49%, but that's enough to push the feels like temperature up to 102 degrees.
Gross outside, and we'll be gross. So tomorrow's going to be bad, but Wednesday, right? That's when you kind of have it dialed in for just gross.
Yeah, Wednesday's the day. The actual high will be 98.
Whew, it's going to be nasty, kids.
Yes, sir.
So be prepared. Drink a lot of water.
Yes, sir.
And if you're going to Eastman
Credit Union, where things really get hot,
got to make a deposit. I'd like to see about a private loan. Oh, my goodness me. Somebody said all he got was a toaster.
I wonder if she lost her job.
I think she did. I think she resigned in shame. But we know who you are, Linda, because only 8 people live in this city.
I was getting ready to say. Yeah.
Like how big Johnson?
Word in Johnson City probably travels pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't think it, let's see what the
Economic Times is covering it.
So the amount of people that live there, trust me, there's been a lot of people. 73,000. We know who you are, Linda.
Yeah.
You know what, though? If you're there, if you're East Credit Union, I would be running with this all the time for right now. we want to be that way. You know what? We gotta do what we gotta do. And if we can take this and run with it, let's do it. Come to Eastman Credit Union. We take care of our members. Oh, my Lord. Coming up, a lot of stuff still to get to. This is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Rough Greens, ruffgreens.com/Chad. Go there. Get a Jumpstart trial bag of Rough Greens, the best supplement for your dog. Millions of dogs have taken this. My dog. So I've got 2 little dogs. They got fixed. They had their first little vet, things that we did when we got them at first and checked them out. We started giving Rough Greens the day they got home. They have never gone to the vet since then. They don't need to. They're healthy. They're happy. They're bouncy. They don't have any issues with their skins. They have no issues at all with their digestive tract. They are so healthy, and that's what you can have for your dog. I want you to try a Jumpstart trial bag of Rough Greens today. All it is going to cost you is shipping, and once you get it, you do not have to change a thing when it comes to your dog's food at all. All you have to do is just sprinkle this on top of their food and watch what happens. Get a Jumpstart trial bag of Rough Greens today. ruffgreens.com/Chad. That's ruffgreens.com/Chad. You cover the cost of shipping. It's a $20 value. They get it out to you. ruffgreens.com/Chad.
Heavy hearts in the entertainment world today. America has lost one of its favorite television sons, and a father from Canada has pleaded not guilty after being charged in the murder of a 9-year-old daughter. We'll tell you about these stories and more at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Good God, these people. What is wrong with you? Nut jobs out there. Bunch of lunatics.
Yeah, a lot of sad news.
Yeah, except for Eastman.
Yes,
Johnson
except for
City.
Eastman Credit Union. Oh, yes. I'd like to make a deposit over there in
bet
that
you
office.
would. It is it's everything that an adult film would be, you would think. I'm overdrawn. Oh, are you? Let's see if we can help you. Oh, my Lord. If you guys haven't heard. So Eastman Credit Union, Johnson City. Some people decided to fornicate. One of them a customer, and the other one a person in her office, probably one of those people that signed you up for checking accounts.
Yeah.
Is it free checking? It is now.
Goodness. It's in Johnson City.
That's right. Here, we take care of our members. just it's childish but bizarre, and it's worldwide.
Yep.
It's
What, like a
worldwide.
10-second clip or something?
Yeah, it's two of them.
That's all
Because
you
everybody in line's like, you know what? Let's just take a film of this.
Looky over there.
That's it.
Nobody will see us here.
That's it. You go to the bank and you come out like, everything okay? Oh, everything was fantastic.
It was great.
Oh,
Goodness.
Man, that's happened. The commercial bank. Credit union checks are getting ridiculous. They are. It's just, oh, man, I can't believe that happened. We're also talking about, obviously, the death of just a great actor, but somebody who was, through the 80s and into the early 90s, was the staple of everybody's viewing, which was Malcolm Warner passed away today. Theo. 8 years on that show. And I think you were right, man. I think you were so spot on when you talked about the fact that he played himself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he, to watch interviews of him, he is Theo.
Yeah.
He acts just like Theo acted, which was just a great kid and a great person. And it's just unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I really feel sorry for his wife and daughter.
So yesterday in Costa Rica? In a Limon, I guess?
Yep.
They were swimming, and I don't know if it must have been in the ocean somewhere. I don't know if it was in a river or something like that.
Right, they don't say.
They don't say, but they found him, wasn't until today, so he was missing for a day. And it looked like it was some sort of riptide or current that pulled him, and he was with his wife and his daughter and passed away. And several of you have chimed in about, not only the love of Theo, but how much work he has done, because you don't hear a lot about him. Right? Because there was who was Denise's husband. Remember him? The guy that
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know that a couple years ago there was a big thing about the fact that he had a regular job working at like Trader Joe's.
Really?
Because he couldn't get a gig. And people were wondering, like, why are you working here? He was like a teacher for a little while, because acting is that way. You think these people make millions, and some do. Most of them are broke.
Joseph Phillips.
Yeah. That guy struggled to find a gig, and, he ended up getting invited on a bunch of shows talking about the fact that, he would go and he would have a job, and then the next day he's back working at a regular place. Because you don't know when your next thing's going to come, and you think it's going to last forever. So, and it's sad, but Theo went on, and he was smart. And I'm sure they were all really pissed about the whole thing that happened with Cosby, not because it was also awful, but because you knew that there was going to be no more Cosby rerun money.
Yeah. Bill Cosby, during that show, he was America's dad.
Oh, absolutely. I remember seeing that on TV Guide, for those of you who are old enough to remember TV Guide. America's dad with his in America's Family, and he had his, sweater on.
Yeah, had his sweater on. And
he's, she's a high-powered lawyer, and he's a doctor, and it's all, or whatever. The guy was just And then it, the spin-off shows and all of these things. But he was kind of that show for a while.
Yeah.
A lot of it was about him and his relationship with mom and dad. And then it became a little bit more about Denise, and it became more about, but that was a big deal. And passed away today, age 54. A lot of stuff we're still going to try to squeeze into this half an hour. We'll, so many of you are giving me, somebody actually is a member of.
You're kidding.
No, says, I'm from Johnson City, I have an account at ECU. Their slogan is ECU, always beside you. Oh, good God. That is just insane. If you guys have it, just type it, Eastman Credit Union. Just type it in Johnson City. You'll see what we're talking. You'll see what all the hubbub's all about. Coming up, a lot of stuff still to squeeze into this. Talk a little bit of Epstein, maybe some Colbert as well. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Chad Benson Show.
.2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Feels like temperatures at 102 degrees over at the airport. The real temperature is 94. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Actor Malcolm Jamal Warner has died, best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show from 1984 to 1992, but he did a whole bunch of other things after that show. Police in Costa Rica say Warner drowned at a beach in Limon. He was caught by a high current in the water, they say. He was vacationing with his family. A father from Canada has pleaded not guilty after being charged in the murder of his 9-year-old daughter. Here's Sherry Preston with that.
New York State Police say Luciano Fratolin and his young daughter Melina were vacationing in upstate New York from their home in Montreal when Fratolin called Saturday night saying the 9-year-old had been abducted by someone in a white van. Captain Robert McConnell says when investigators began finding inconsistencies in that story, they began searching around Ticonderoga, New York.
Members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond.
Fratolin was supposed to have returned his daughter to her mother's custody on Sunday. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
President Trump has threatened on social media he will delay plans for a new stadium in Washington that would be the home for the Washington Commanders unless the team changes its name back to the Washington Redskins. The old name was retired after Native American groups said it was offensive and racist, and the team has had the Commanders name since 2022. Here's Rick Klein.
Now that it's been changed, a lot of people have frankly gotten used to it. The Commanders just came off of their best season in decades, reaching the NFC Championship game. The ownership group says that they're not intending to change this. And there really isn't an active issue that the president is talking about here. The deal to transfer ownership rights to the stadium site, the proposed stadium site, the old RFK Stadium, is already in place with or without the president's involvement. Of course, he can make things complicated if he wants to, but he seems to be raising this kind of out of nowhere.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys, let me talk about Busy Bee. If you got issues with plumbing, there's one place to go, Busy Bee. And I'll tell you right now, they came over to our house the other day because we had some issues with our ducts. Nate and the guys came over. Absolutely the best. When I mean the best, my wife's like, they're the most amazing people. They are. They're incredible. They will get what you need done at a price that's right. And they've got everything. You don't want to worry about, like you're going away on vacation, right? Right now they've got the smart Wi-Fi water shutoff valve installed by their experts, which are the best, just $12.49 this July only. But whether it is air duct cleaning, HVAC, you need a new one. You need to repair plumbing, whether it's the issues with the main lines or maybe something you haven't even thought about yet. Think it's this or that. Have them come out, take a look. They'll get it handled. And you will go, they are the best, because they are. And here's another great thing with Busy Bee. Right now, if you sign up for a Beehive Club membership, you buy one, you get to gift one to somebody. Boom. That's what it's all about. Busy Bee's the best. Call them, whether it's HVAC or plumbing. They've got you handled. 775-7833, 775-7833, or online at busybeehvac.com. yeah. Wah, wah. That Epstein thing is still out there.
You have that move on Capitol Hill for a measure that would force the Justice Department, call on the Justice Department to release the Epstein files, but it's really symbolic. The Congress can't push the federal government to do a release like that, but it would certainly put members of Congress on the record with what their position is on this, and we'll see where that goes over the coming days.
Nothing is going to happen. This is Sarah Isker. She's awesome. She used to be in Trump's first administration. She was Department of Justice. She is brilliant. She's at the Dispatch now. She was on talking about the chances of this thing ever seeing the light of day.
Right? It's not going to happen, and it's not going to satisfy them even if it would. You know, under Criminal Procedure 6E, grand jury materials are sealed. Now, there are exceptions. The Department of Justice has obviously asked the judge to unseal these. But the exceptions are all related to official Department of Justice business. They have another investigation that they need it on, or another crime that's been committed, national security. Not, we're in a political sticky wicket and we could use your help. That is not a reason to release grand jury materials. I can't imagine a judge saying yes to this.
Yes, political sticky wicket. This isn't going away anytime soon. And like I said, as we were talking about at the beginning of the show and even this hour, when I'm playing pickleball this weekend, I had people ask me who I know don't know anything about politics at all. They don't know who Tim Burchett is. They don't know who, I mean, outside of, they know Trump's president. They know who ran against. They may know a few of the people only when they're voting on them and see the ads during that time, whether it's midterms or, but outside of that, they're not paying attention. Because they've got other things. They're more interested in what we're just talking about. The credit union thing, by the way, somebody just sent me something. You guys ready for this? The Johnson City Credit Union. A Netflix documentary, ECU Behind the Frosted Glass. When customer service gets too personal. Brilliant. They pay attention to that because it's more entertaining. They pay attention to the couple that got caught having an affair.
Behind the frosted glass.
It's just so...
They'll never see us.
Ever. Except for the part where we can all see you. We know who you are. There's 8 people that work here, Linda. Behind the frosted glass. I love that. That's why this thing isn't going to go anywhere. Because the average person, it jumped from politics to pop culture. And it became crime entertainment, which is stuff that the average person pays attention to, right? Like whether it's the guy that's, what's his name? Kronberg, whatever his name was, the killer in
Kohlberger.
Kohlberger, right? Or old beautiful killer in New York, right? You know, the guy that is the Mangione, right? Like him. It becomes that Netflix type thing, and now people aren't afraid to talk about it when in the past they were. So, no, this isn't going to go anywhere. Other things will come. Other things will go. There'll be some stuff here and there. But more of it's going to come out because now the media feels they can dive in deeper than the other people who did dive in. And they got, for the most part, for lack of a better term, shot down. Told, no, don't pursue it anymore. We were talking last week. The guy that was the publisher of Condé Nast, like all of the big things, he said, kill it. Don't talk about it. Because there were dead cats and a bullet at his house. That's power. So I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. And we'll find out. And sure, there'll be lawsuits and there'll be this, that, and the other. But this whole, we'll go to the grand jury. We'll have them unseal it. They're not going to unseal it. I would be surprised if they unsealed it. Unless there are people in there that can get people killed. I would be surprised. Absolutely. By the way, Ken, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un?
Kim Jong-un.
He's desperate for Ozempic. He's desperate for Ozempic. Apparently, he's got a lot of issues when it comes to his weight. We all know that.
Yeah.
And he can't get it under control. He's had issues with gout, like really bad. So he is desperate now to try to get himself feeling better. And Ozempic is the way he thinks it's going to go. But obviously, it's probably a little harder to get there to get the good stuff, even if you're him.
Even if you're the supreme leader.
That's right. It's too many supreme burritos. Yeah, so he's desperate for. This is what happens when you wall yourself off to the world. Maybe you should tell some of those people that he's sending to die off into Russia, hey, when you're on your way back, if any of you live, can you pick me up some Ozempic?
And maybe Dennis Rodman will bring him some.
Oh, you think?
The worm.
Do you think that you would reach out like that if you're them? Just saying, let's get him some Ozempic. See if we can make, Trump call him. Look, I hear you're not so little rocket man anymore. What can I do to help you? I hear you're bigger than normal.
What can I do for you, fat boy?
Speaking of fat boys, and this is just a regular, not an observation. They're doing all kinds of studies. We are burning more calories than we ever have in our history. And we're bigger than we ever have been. And the reason is simple, because we eat too much crap.
We eat a whole bunch of it.
Goodness me, the amount of crap that we eat. But they're trying to figure out, why are we burning so much? It's the ridiculousness of the refined sugar. We don't have refined sugar. We have all kinds of just junk. Just weird. Like, go look at white bread, which I love, by the way.
I do too.
I mean, you can't have, peanut butter and jelly sandwich has to be on Wonder Bread.
Yes.
It does, right? If you ever tried it on, I'll have it on wheat. Yuck. What's wrong with you,
Can't
Tommy?
do that. No, sir.
No. I'll have it on rye bread. Again, gross. Who are you? Go away.
Now, come on, Chad. You know that orange powder in mac and cheese is real cheese.
No, it's as real as it gets. Let me tell you something about that. That stuff is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I had macaroni and cheese over the weekend. My wife made it, and it was just everything. I'm sorry. I don't change it. There's some things you don't change.
I put shrimp in mine.
There you go. See, you're doing healthy stuff, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Shrimp's not fattening.
No.
I don't think, anyway.
No. Well, the macaroni and cheese is, but who cares, right? If you're going to go down in style. What do you think he eats, Kim Jong-un? Because he drinks a lot, right? He's always into brandy and stuff, just like his dad. His dad had all that weird stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think he eats?
I have no idea.
When everybody starts, do you think he's just running? He's just got like a vault of ho-hos?
Ho-hos.
Ding-dongs.
He's got his own, little college man refrigerator just full of them.
Just full of crap.
Little cold ho-hos.
Oh.
Which that was the only way to eat a ho-ho.
Yeah.
You got to eat it cold.
Yeah, well, totally. Oh, same thing. You know what? Twinkie cold is good, too. Oh, Twinkie's cold. Oh, so good. Especially in this weather.
I just typed it in. What does Kim Jong-un eat? He has a fondness for Kobe beef and Parma ham.
Yeah. What do you think his people eat? Each
Rice.
other.
Yeah. Each other and the neighbors and rice.
Yeah. That's it. You don't see a lot of fat people there. We could all use a little bit of that diet.
He reportedly consumes expensive Brazilian coffee and alcoholic beverages like whiskey, especially Hennessy.
North Atlantic squid.
North Atlantic squid.
That is one of the things. Is that something?
I guess.
By the way, Peter says shrimp are bottom feeders.
Yeah, I like them.
So's what's it called?
Catfish.
Well, not only that, but lobster.
Well, blue catfish, they used to eat other fish.
Yeah, but lobster's that way, too.
Lobster's yeah. I
just remember Jim Gaffigan said, if you came home and a lobster was on your wall, you would kill it. You wouldn't eat it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
He enjoys sushi, particularly the feta tuna belly toro.
Oh.
And he likes shark fin soup.
It's Shark Week this week, by the way.
That's right. I haven't watched any of them yet.
I've got mine. I'm going to watch when I get home. I fell asleep last night early. Tonight, let's go over Shark Week, which is it's one of the biggest weeks in television.
Yeah.
For streaming and everything.
Yeah.
So last night was Dancing with the Shark, Air Jaws, The Hunt for Colossus, and Great White Assassins. Tonight, Great White Sex Battle, because the female sharks get way bigger than the male sharks. Male sharks top out about 11 to 12 feet. Females would be the ones that get to 18 to 20 if they get big. Jaws versus Mega Croc. Hell to the yeah.
So Jaws versus a giant crocodile.
Yeah, the Mega Croc. Because in particular in Australia and South Africa, they have saltwater crocs.
Oh,
So they
that's
will
right.
swim sometimes between some of the smaller islands and some of the areas. And baby great whites will stay in and around parts of the opening of rivers and maybe even go in a little bit when they're first born and young. And so, yeah, I could see that. And then in the eye of the storm, the shark storm. Ooh. Loving that.
I don't know, dude. I've got to try to find that there's another Naked and Afraid out. It's Naked and Afraid Apocalypse. I'll have to watch that after the shark.
There is another show in France just called Naked. It's so bizarre. It's
Is
just
it survivalists?
No, it's just like
They just run around naked.
yeah, but they're having like you go have a conversation with somebody, and they're both naked, and how it disarms you. You're like, well, because if you like me now, you've seen me in the absolute worst.
Let's step behind this frosted glass.
The credit union. Oh my Lord! There's really another Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, it's called Apocalypse.
What can happen there? Why don't we Naked and Afraid the Abominable Snowman?
They need to do that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, this one's in South Africa.
Really?
Where apparently they are, according to some of the clips that I've seen, they get uncomfortably close to angry bull elephants, lions, and rhinoceros.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
No, sir, especially a bull elephant.
No, bull elephants. Have you ever seen the, it was out, I think last year, it was a bull elephant and a rhino. And you don't, you think about how big a rhino is, and you think about it would just do anything you want to you.
Yes.
It goes up against a bull elephant, and that bull elephant tosses it around like it is a rag doll.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah, just get away from me. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know what you think you're about, but this ain't happening, not here.
Right. And then you're naked.
Yeah, then
you're naked around a bull elephant.
Oh, you don't want that. You don't want any part of that is what we're saying.
No,
here.
sir.
We're saying that.
You better make a boma out of frosted glass.
Frosted glass. If you guys haven't seen, go check out the Eastman Credit Union, Johnson City. That's all you need to know. And you'll be thanking me very much or yelling at me as somebody did.
You know what, dude?
What?
We should call the reporter who did the story.
Let's do that. Let's get him on tomorrow. So you went to school, right? You got a degree. You're like, hey, I got a degree. And so tell us about the story that you broke off TikTok. We should absolutely do that. I'm going to work on that tomorrow. Naked and Afraid, Johnson City. Ray is very upset because I am not covering the Wall Street Journal report and who's behind the report, which apparently, according to somebody, is Fusion GPS. I'm like, I haven't seen that anywhere outside of the Gateway Pundit. So if they are, great. Then everybody will be debunked. If it's not true, that's fine too. This will play itself out over the coming weeks and months, and it's going to get louder at certain times. That's why we'll see. If he sues and it goes through and he wins, fantastic. If he doesn't, but it has nothing to do with Naked and Afraid Johnson City.
No, sir.
And there's a reason we call it Johnson City.
Oh, goodness.
My Lord. There's a blind dating show in Europe.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
There's a naked blind dating show.
Now, that's taking it to a whole new level.
Yes. Like, that's a totally brand new level. That's a different level. Well, I mean, like you said, you're seeing everybody at the worst. That's it. You're seeing them at their worst right there. It gets no different than this is it. If you can take me like this, know that I'm a good person. And then they're all, you're gross. Because the clothes can hide a lot. That's what we're saying. Except in Johnson City.
Except in Johnson City. Johnson City.
Oh, my Lord. We'll try to get that person on tomorrow. That is so spectacular. Coming up, we're wrapping up today's show. This is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99. Hey, a lot of good sales going on MyPillow, but right now, if you guys can see us on the old YouTube, Rev 7 is what I'm drinking, and this is their new energy drink, and it is awesome. There's no caffeine, so you don't get jitters. You don't get any of that stuff. Taste incredible. Zero sugar, zero caffeine, which is awesome. So it has Cognizant. It's a premium nootropic that boosts focus and mental health. It's got Go BHB, natural ketone. It gives your body clean and efficient fuel, and it is incredible. So right now, I want you to try it. Here's the thing. They're going to send you out. They're so confident you're going to love this. When you go and you sign up and you do a biweekly subscription, they're going to send you out a 3-pack. And you got to check. This stuff is amazing, and it tastes incredible. It's called Rev 7. It's from MyPillow, and it is absolutely incredible. I'm drinking lemonade. They've got tons of different colors, zero sugar, zero crash. I've had no jitters whatsoever, which is awesome, which you can get with a lot of these other energy drinks. Hurry, visit right now, mypillow.com. Check out all the great deals, but check this out right now, the Rev 7. Tell them I sent you. Go to mypillow.com/Benson to get it. mypillow.com/Benson. mypillow.com/Benson. Talking to Matt. He's here.
Hello. Hello.
There you go.
Hello. Am I on?
I don't know. Are you on?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
That's okay.
That's that one.
Okay.
Do the other one.
Keep pushing the buttons. There you go. Come on,
hello.
Louie.
Oh, here we go.
We pushed all the buttons. Eventually, everything's good. This is why we don't fly planes.
Yeah, that's right.
So-
Now, see, that's why this is a much easier job than flying an aircraft.
Absolutely, it is.
Because you can push all the buttons until you get to the right one. You do that in an airplane. I don't think that's good.
No, that's
I don't
not
think it's good practice
that is
in an airplane.
bad practice. What this button do is not the best thing for planes. Or when you go into space.
Sure, right. Or if you're in control of like a nuclear arsenal.
Also, bad.
Right, probably a bad thing.
Bad.
Hey, you know what would be fun? Let's turn these keys at the same time. See what happens.
That's right. You guys got that little thing? Let's do
Remember
this.
that? That was every 80s movies about nuclear weapons. They had to turn the keys at the same time and then press the buttons.
You have to take the thing out and you'd crack it and they'd open it up like it was a fortune cookie and then you'd have the numbers in there.
Yeah, that's right. And then you turn the key and boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds-
246-598-
Hey, whoa, easy.
I know.
My child, Timu's shoulder.
Oh, that's
Chinese
right.
might be listening. Got to watch that.
What's on the Matt Murphy show today?
We obviously, this dropped Friday on the show, and we talked about it and its importance. And when something stings the political left, when the mainstream media starts running stories telling us how bad it is for the Republicans and for Donald Trump and for America in general to keep looking back. We don't need to look back, everybody. We need to look forward. And I'm talking about Tulsi Gabbard's the deal. But I do think it's never that way when the shoe's on the other foot. When Republicans do something wrong, it never feels like it's a bad idea to look back and make sure that people are held accountable to what they do wrong.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm not suggesting that anybody's necessarily going to jail, although I would love to see Jim Clapper and Brennan in jail. I'd like to see those things.
Going to jail. But still, I understand. I mean, why not look at something?
If you intentionally used the political apparatus of the United States Department of Justice to create a dynamic by which a special prosecutor was designed to bring down a presidency, that's not a jailable offense?
No, that would be a jailable offense, but...
Isn't that what Jim Clapper did?
I don't...
Isn't that what Brennan... They came up with an intelligence report, did not like the intelligence report. I'm not talking about this on the show today, but anyway... They didn't like the intelligence report, so they were told to go do it again.
Yeah, that was the, who was it? Clapper went against himself, saying he would never use the Steele dossier because he knew it was BS. And I think that's a possibility. But, I also know that government loves to protect government.
They don't love to protect Republicans.
No, but they
They don't love to protect Trump.
So, no, not Trump. But government, for the most part, Trump is an outlier in that. But outside of that, government.
So, the deep state loves to protect the deep state.
Yeah, which is government. The government, it's the people that buy that don't rent in D.C. A lot of those people rent and they're on their way. They're only there for a finite time. It's the people that are always there all the time. And you're like, who are these people?
Right. And those are the ones I remember I would go up there at least once a year during like 2013, 14, 15. And I remember when Trump first came along, all of those guys were like, this guy's a clown. He will never step foot anywhere close to the White House. And then he did. And then, and it's all for them downhill from there. But we'll discuss that. We'll take a step away from politics. I'm very excited. I have Ricky Skaggs coming on the show today.
Oh, very
which is,
cool.
That's a lot of fun. Ricky Skaggs taught me that I was a bluegrass fan. And I am a bluegrass fan. Back in the 80s when I was doing country music. So we'll have him on the show talking about a show that he's doing, and he's opening back up his recording studio in Hendersonville. And then I have a Superman review.
Nice.
I saw Superman. Have you seen Superman?
I have not seen Superman. I saw a movie this weekend called Eastman Johnson Credit Union. And if you've not seen that, you should definitely check that one out.
Eastman Johnson Credit Union.
Yeah, Johnson City.
Okay.
There was a credit union there, and somebody decided behind the frosted glass that they should have sex, and everybody in line filmed it right here in Johnson, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
That sounds like a better movie than Superman.
And I will tell you, if you think it's silly, it's gone worldwide, along with the...
but you saw this?
Oh, yeah. It's all over the internet.
It's all over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even, where is it?
Does it have a dog? Because Superman had a dog.
Superman did have a dog. It did. But we're not quite sure.
I'm just
Did you see Mike Francesca's review?
No.
Chris was playing it Friday. It's the greatest review. He hates the movie. He hates the dog. He hates everything about the movie.
Okay then.
Yeah,
I thought it was a pretty good movie.
There you go. Straight ahead. He's got that more WNBA stuff. Have a good one, guys.